Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes!
Somehow we are 4 days into NBA free agency, and it's the dead of the offseason. Ain't that nuts? It was really just 24 hours of cool signings, maybe a trade here, there, but since then, we ain't got no real news in like 48 hours, man.
I mean, I think that's normally how it happens. There's usually 1 or 2 of the big days, and then it just usually a drop off. Everybody be doing their negotiations ahead of time, so all those deals we kind of get some of them rumored a little bit.
I feel like it's a drop off, but then like this is the days where the Gary Harris deals are supposed to happen. But KB is saying there's been nothing.
Yeah.
The
Gary Harris
biggest
got signed
thing-
on day 1.
Mo Wagner resigned yesterday.
Which I love me some Mo Wagner.
Little no trade clause on Mo Wagner's contract.
And
Shout out
Jackson
to him.
Hayes, too.
Keep the brothers together.
I also believe the biggest news was
That wasn't no
Valanciunas.
news.
Yeah, the Valanciunas thing.
Valanciunas. That was news. I when they first didn't give him the qualifying to be a restricted free agent, I was like, oh, Mo Wagner ain't going back to the Magic.
No, I was talking about the Jackson Hayes news.
I didn't think he was going back to the Lakers at all. You thought he was? You knew?
No,
he was,
I didn't think
I
it was
thought
either.
at the end of the regular season, didn't he say he didn't want to be there?
So I remember something like that.
Yeah,
too.
like
I don't know if he verbally said that, but it was like
He said he didn't like his role or something like that.
yeah.
Which is crazy because I don't know what other role he would want to be in.
Give him the ball in the post, obviously. Let him cook.
You got Deandre Ayton now, buddy.
I feel like if I was a center, I would love to play with Luka. If I'm his type of center.
I was going to say,
Why?
you as a center is like,
He didn't
I don't
even
know,
roll when you was
But I'm saying if I was Jackson Hayes,
Oh yeah.
I would-
Now that you're here,
What's up?
you was doing a lot of talking on Twitter.
What did I talk on Twitter?
These dudes can't guard me.
This was something I said to my co-host or something.
Yeah, y'all can't guard me.
Oh, okay. So how come when we was at the United Center and I tried to play 1-on-1, you said no?
I didn't. When you said that, I didn't remember you
Of
asked me to play
course
one.
you don't remember.
But like, if,
conveniently, you don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't remember
Selective
what my
hearing.
reason was.
Oh. Because if a person couldn't guard me and they wanted to play 1-on-1, I would say yes every time because I would just score on
I'd
their
say
ass
you want
and
to play
win.
for money, honestly.
Uh-oh. Wait. Y'all did play for like money or something like that at one point. Were you able to guard him?
I didn't think I even needed to, honestly.
Ah.
He guarded himself.
I think
he
do you
took-
remember that or you not remember that either?
I think I guard myself better than he can
He
guard
took
me.
4 shots and stopped playing. He told him, hey,
All right.
don't get your own rebound.
You real silent now, brother.
That doesn't mean he was guarding me. That means I was fatigued. I was burnt out.
Oh. If you gonna talk like that, then we can keep on with the show. You took how many? What was the score? 13-4. Because I think you had predicted that you were going to beat him 13-4 or 13-5, and he reversed
It
counted.
was like 11-4, and then I beat him 11-4 or something like that, and then he won 11-10.
Oh, okay.
11-10 don't tell that story, though.
It does not.
Because it was 10-1.
That was also the second
does
time
not.
around, too.
It was 10-1. You had the lead and
does not.
lost.
It does not.
He definitely tried to slide there.
It's like, yeah, it was a 6-point game. Like, no, motherfucker, y'all was down by 30 and they put the bench players in.
Yeah,
And
we
then-
lost to Bron game 7. We lost Bron game 7.
He didn't tell us back that you blew a 3-1, huh?
And Mike still know that story about the dude with the hip surgery. Could he guard you?
That day, yeah.
Not hip surgery, calf surgery.
He did
No,
have
hip
hip. No,
surgery.
he did have hip
Oh, hip
surgery.
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 Why you want to go hoop after hip surgery? I don't know.
You love for the game.
He got the hip surgery to hoop. I thought he wanted to be taller.
No, I don't think he wanted to be taller. I think he was telling me that you could see on one side he was a little bit taller, and I don't know if it's because like one leg grew or something happened, but I don't
Damn,
know.
he was abnormal.
But he wasn't tall in the first place, so
Yeah.
it's like
It's
5'7"
probably
to
uncomfortable to walk
5'7"
with
and a
if
half.
your hip is like, if one side is like higher than the other.
But he was still guarding you though.
He putting that hip on him, iron hip.
That sound like a badge.
He do.
A 2K26
You know
badge, iron hip.
How Tim Duncan used to play with that iron brace. That's what dude had.
Do you have a Band-Aid?
Yeah, I did. I had it was a scab.
And you just can't stop picking at it, so you put something over?
Where did the scab come from?
I forget. On some
You
real
ever just
stuff.
realize that you had like a random like a cut or anything, and you're like, damn.
bruise,
Well, I have
yeah.
a cat.
Not-
so like
I have
all
a scratch on my leg right here, and I noticed it like a few days ago. I was like, where the hell did the scratch come from? Like, I legitimately didn't know where that scratch could have came from. And I was
I'll
like,
be having like a bruise here, because I'll open up my door and the tip of the door
Oh,
it
it be
hit
hitting
me.
you?
And I'll be like, where does bruise come? I'm like, oh, I hit myself with the door. The car door.
Today we're gonna buy and sell NBA teams.
We saw your car.
Like
yeah, bro, you had the
Yeah,
bananas.
your car
in
looking
there.
nice.
I do have banana. I had to pick up some bananas for today's show.
A brand new batch of bananas.
Yeah,
Just
just
had the
to,
reverse end.
He
did it
heating
by
up out
itself.
there in that sun.
sometimes you got to test shit. It was an empty parking lot. I'm like, let me see what this feature really about. And I pressed that
You
button.
gonna laugh when you go out. You gonna laugh when you go outside.
Oh fuck!
I reversed too.
So we gotta take our pictures.
I came out. Some dude was looking at your car. He got out of a red car.
Oh no! You know what they say about red Camaros?
Bro, did I tell you, I straight up lied to somebody the other day about my car.
Why?
I was walking.
Just because you wanted to lie?
Not just because
I do that sometimes to strangers.
Just because I wanted to,
Like-
I wanted to seem super confident, even though I didn't know shit about my car.
Oh, shit! You
Dude.
setting yourself up.
Dude walked out. He walked up to me as I was walking out the store. He's like, "Man, that's a nice ass car, man." He said, "How many like?" He said, "What's the gallons per mile you getting on there?"
Oh damn!
I said, "A little bit under 30." He said, "For real?" I said, "Yeah,
Is
man."
that really good or really bad? I couldn't even.
That's
actually
damn
good.
good.
Really
but
good.
my car does not do that shit.
Dude, see, when I was buying my car, I'm sorry. Finish your story.
Then he was like, "Man, I've been thinking about getting one, but you know, I had the kids, so the idea popping back up. I was like, you should do it. You should do it." He's like, "That's a V8." I said, "Hell yeah, that's a V8." Not knowing a damn thing.
He
bro.
gonna fuck around, buy that exact car, and the miles per gallon gonna be 12. And he gonna be like, that
I
dude
think it's
lied to
actually
me.
like 24, 25.
Okay. I was buying my car, and they were looking at the car I traded in, and they were, dude asked me something about, I don't even know, I couldn't even replicate what the hell he asked me, and I said, the manual in the glove compartment. I don't fucking know, man. I mean, you can go look it up yourself. I have no idea. I had the car for 3 years. The feature that you was talking about, didn't even know it existed until you just verbally said it. Don't even know. Don't know. But the guys at the dealership, a few of them were fans of our show. So shout out to
Did
Jose.
they get you a discount?
Unfortunately not. And I forgot about the other guy's name, so I apologize for that. But
Same shit. I took I like pulled up on Flex one day, and his little brother loved cars. He was asking me so many questions about my car. I'm like, man, you can go in there and look. Like, you can go ahead. You can sit in and explore it. I don't know anything.
I know which button make it stop and which button make it go. That's it.
I think Flex's dad was like, "You got massage seats?" I'm like, "I don't know." His brother opened the door like, "Yeah, you got them."
Yeah, you probably did.
Man,
I did go through an hour walkthrough with this new car though.
Oh wow.
The guy asked me like, how much time you got? I was like, I want to know everything. So he did show me pretty much.
Was
everything.
Avery good with your last car?
What do you mean?
Like, when the kids in the back seat, usually the back seat is messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we don't really eat in the cars and stuff, so that
makes
takes a part.
Because, I mean, once my mom got a new car, it was the same thing. Like, y'all not eat in there.
About 2 months later.
Eventually, yeah, it's like messed up.
Yeah, I don't really know eating in my car, but I already do this little footsie thing that when you clean your car, you'll see it on the back of the passenger seat.
We just got the other car detailed, and the other car was bad because of the kid in the back seat. Fucking graham cracker crumbs all the way in the back of the truck. Like in the trunk. How do you get the graham cracker crumbs all the way back there? She's just throwing the shit.
And that car is big.
It's a big ass car.
I've never
like
seen
4
you
hours.
drive that car.
no
I've
reason
only
to-
seen you as a passenger.
Never needed to
You've
drive.
never
it.
driven it?
I mean, I have.
Oh.
But like,
Yeah, why
it's
would
not
he
my
drive
car.
it?
Oh,
I bought it, but I bought it for my wife.
okay.
Yeah, we're gonna buy and sell NBA teams and stuff.
He had to throw that in there.
Why?
I bought it, but I
did buy
bought
it.
it for my wife.
I bought it for my wife. That's what you do. Let's get into.
You can't let the people think she bought that for herself.
They could think what they want, but I did buy it
Mike bought Elena car.
in cash.
No,
both
I
of
did
them.
not.
He said, "No." Let's get into drop the mic.
A new generation of Toyota drivers are here, and they want you to know one thing. You can't stop my drive. Toyota, let's go places. Today's Drop the Mic presented by Toyota. Where does this Rockets team rank amongst KD's teams?
On paper, because we haven't seen it.
Yeah, of course.
It's gonna be hard to rank it that way because
I
we
just
know
haven't
the
seen it.
finishing product of all the other teams.
Yeah, because the
Because
Warriors
we
won the
won.
Right. Because we might underrate the Nets, but like on paper, I remember us being the Nets were the championship favorite going into that year where
That's
Kyrie
very
came
true.
back from his
That's
injury.
very true.
Yeah, but also they only played like 15 games
Yeah.
together.
So like we
like-
have to look at it from the lens of before it happened, right?
Yeah.
To keep it on the even
Oh.
playing field.
Well, then that would be fourth.
Behind what wasn't one?
Suns.
OKC. Oh well, yeah.
OKC is not number one.
I mean, no, the Warriors is number one.
Warriors are
OKC
like,
would
without
probably
a
number
doubt.
Warriors.
OKC would be 2 for me, and then
I might put the Brooklyn Nets over OKC.
Bro, OKC team was kind of weak.
Well, I wouldn't go.
They weren't weak, but I think like
weak.
Right, weak is crazy.
They went to the finals.
I'm
They were
just
one of the
saying-
youngest teams to go to the finals.
I'm just saying
They
the
were-
star power of the Nets may be a little bit higher, but that Thunder team was not weak at all.
They were really good.
Weak is crazy.
Kevin
over
Durant.
there. I mean, yeah, because we kind of know the product, but like on paper, would you take that team, or would you take the Nets team?
I think that if they played against anybody else from the Eastern Conference that
They
year,
won that?
they're champions.
Yeah,
Russ was putting up 40-point games in the finals.
yeah. They just
young
unfortunately
Russ.
had to play LeBron.
Like a hungry Bron, too.
Yeah.
Bron after a finals loss, Bron.
LeBron had just told everybody, y'all still got to go back to y'all 9 to 5s.
I'm trying to. Who was the projected start lineup on that Brooklyn Nets team? The one that
It
was,
was
the
Harden, Kyrie,
preseason.
Harden.
KD.
Yeah.
Claxton.
Wasn't it? No, Jared Allen was gone,
Was
right?
it?
Yeah, Jared Allen got traded for Harden.
Because there's
Okay.
basically 2 iterations of that Nets team. It's like
I think
pre-Harden
Joe
and
Harris was-
post-Harden.
I think Joe
Or-
Harris is also in that starting lineup, just to provide shooting. And then the center is where it get iffy because I think it was Claxton. Though.
It was Claxton.
Bruce Brown may be in this lineup too.
Yeah, so they went into the 2021-2022 season as the preseason odds number 1 team. The number 2 is the Lakers. They were over under 56 wins. They won 44. And their starting lineup was Kyrie, James, Kevin Durant. Then it gets weird because everybody missed so much time.
So Blake Griffin played some games.
Oh my goodness, dude. Blake Griffin started 24 games. Kessler Edwards started 23 games. Drummond started 24 games. Patty Mills started 48 games.
Damn.
Because Kyrie missed a bunch of the
Yeah.
season, if you remember. Joe
Right.
Harris played 14 and started all 14. So like
Oh shit.
LaMarcus started 12 games this season. They ended up having 24 people suit up for them this season.
Wow.
Also, that was the year Joe Harris fucked up his ankle.
Paul Millsap,
And what year is that?
21-22.
Okay.
Paul Millsap.
But on paper before the season, I remember us talking about it like, yeah, that team might win a championship.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, they might actually be on paper wise. They're probably number 2.
And
Did
this
we
is
feel the same way about the Suns?
no.
I don't know if I immediately thought that team was going to be a championship team. I could be wrong. I mean, all of our takes are archived here, but I don't know if I remember.
I don't
think-
remember feeling as strong about it.
I mean, I think I liked it originally when they did have Chris Paul, D-Book, and Ayton and KD. They had that for a little bit. But then once they kind of traded Chris Paul, and then everything else, it kind of went downhill from there.
Because to go to this Rockets team, I guess like on paper, the stars compared to like Kyrie, James Harden, and all that type of stuff ain't there. But like this feels like a really strong team, and probably just because of the depth and how I guess it fits alongside Kevin Durant. So I don't know where to rank it because again, it don't feel like the stars are there, but it feels like one of his better teams.
It's a hard exercise because this is the only team we don't know the outcome.
Right.
So, like, I really do wish, and again, like KB said, it's all archived, but I really do wish I remember my initial thoughts on that Suns team. Because I like the Rockets team because I know the results of those other teams.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of those star-driven teams anymore, so it's like I prefer this type of team with Kevin Durant. And one of my favorite versions of that Brooklyn Nets team is when KD was out there, quote-unquote, by himself. I think Harden had been traded and Kyrie maybe wasn't playing. And it was like him, Edmund Sumner, Yuta Watanabe. It was Cam Thomas a little bit, Nick Claxton, and KD was just with the young players. And I think they had played against Dallas or something. And he was talking shit to like Theo Pinson. Like, it's taking 5 of y'all to guard me. I'm out by myself.
Now, this is like that team on steroids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why you really got to like it. And defensively, they should be really solid. Like, he shouldn't even have to – he shouldn't have to defend. I feel like he was trying to defend with the Suns and stuff.
Let's
like
try
that.
it though, Kevin.
That'd be
It won't hurt the
nasty.
team.
Yeah, I'd rather take that offense for however many minutes he's playing.
I really do like this Rockets team, man. Like,
I like it too.
I guess we could transition if y'all want to.
Yeah,
I'm
let's do it.
buying heavily into this team. I'm buying into him being a contender without even seeing him play a minute. GM Raphael Stone has been doing a hell of a job, so I have all confidence in him to address whatever needs to be addressed if there will be anything during the season or at the deadline and the rest of the offseason. Ime has had a great start to his coaching career with the Houston Rockets. I don't think that would drop off at all. And I think there's the infrastructure here that allows Kevin Durant to do everything he needs to do without having to focus on carrying any other burdens, like Mike was mentioning. Don't think Kevin Durant need to come in there and say, I ain't guarding shit, but he also don't have to come in there thinking he has to be this crazy
You got him playing
defensive
small
leader.
ball 5,
Yeah,
trying to
fuck
block
that.
shots. He got to guard
Amen
the
Thompson's
big
going to
wings.
guard. Tari's going to guard. Fred is going to compete defensively.
So
Dorian Finney-Smith. So I love that you have that there. You have some specialists. You have some shooting. He's going to be able to come in and be Kevin Durant. They have size.
Fred's going to be like the ball handler, so like point guard, so he doesn't have to worry about
And they have enough.
being a facilitator.
They got enough people that touch the paint, like especially with the men being there, and then Sengun is going to be in the paint. I like it when players do like this is the perfect place for Kevin Durant to really get into that mid-range bag too, just because it's going to be the spacing is going to be there for the mid-range.
Yep.
And he's not always at this point in his career. He's not attacking 24/7 downhill. So I think he's going to be really efficient again in that category.
I wonder if they try to manage his 82-game season.
I would.
They should because they have so much youthfulness.
Right. Like, you couldn't do that with the Suns. They were,
Yeah.
3-17 when he didn't play or something
Yeah,
crazy
right.
like that. But this team, you could. I mean, obviously, you're going to be missing some firepower offensively if he's not there. And obviously, Jalen Green provided some of that last year. But I think that this is a team that should be gearing themselves up for mid-April onward. And they should easily be a 50-win team, minimum. Like, they were 52 last year, right? So they should easily be 50-plus win team if everything stays the same. Kevin Durant just adds so much value, man. And it's so weird to say because we've been watching him for so very long. What was it like? What draft class? 07 draft class?
Yep.
So we've been seeing him for this damn long, and it's like he could still sway whether or not a team is a contender or not. And he's close to 20 years ago, he was getting drafted. So
Yeah.
I'm buying too. I think that when we do this buy sale, we have to figure out like, A, what is their own personal expectations, and are we buying what their expectations are, right?
Yeah.
It's not just buying contenders or contenders because they're going to be teams that like the expectation is to hit the next step. If you are, I'm trying to think of a team that's younger, or like the Orlando Magic might not be a true contender this year, but we could buy or sell exactly what their own personal things are. Houston has an opportunity, I think, to make some real noise. And I know P said contender. I'm not against that. But like this is going to be a tough ass. I mean, they were a tough out last season. It was a 7-game series versus the Golden State Warriors because that defense is just going to stay the same.
Yeah.
You know, like obviously you lose Dylan Brooks, was going to hurt, but they got so many other big wings and so many other defensive-minded players that can just really come in and just muck up some minutes and force turnovers. They got 3 centers on the roster that if they want to run double big with Kevin Durant at the 3, they could potentially do that and still grab 50% of their misses. Ime's going to have like just a treasure chest of different things in different places. And one thing I love about Ime is he not one of those coaches is like, yep, this is our rotation, and every 6 minutes this guy comes in. He's like, Şengün, if you ain't doing your thing, we'll sit your ass down. Fred VanVleet, if you ain't doing your thing. So it gives them an opportunity to just play so many different lineups.
Can't wait to see the type of year Amen Thompson is going to have too. What is this, year 3 for him? A lot of confidence you see him playing with in the playoffs. That always is a good leap and path for a young player going into another early year of their career. Kevin Durant should open up a lot of more scoring opportunities with the attention he's going to draw. Şengün is still a guy that could command a double team, So there's a lot of things that open up by adding Kevin Durant to this equation. I am super excited for this team. They should be able to go lock up defensively, get it out in transition. They should be able to have some half-court offense with Şengün and Kevin Durant. I still love the steadiness of Fred VanVleet. There's a lot of things that I like with this team.
I ain't have it on my list, but would y'all buy first-time All-Star for a man?
No. If it happened, obviously we'd be excited.
They already got a lock with KD.
KD is there for sure.
Yeah.
It's a matter of like,
Şengün was
do they
one.
get to, and will it be Şengün or will it be Amen? I guess.
I mean, do y'all see them being a number 1 seed over OKC?
I don't think so. OKC might.
It ain't out of the realm.
OKC might win another 68.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no, mostly because OKC lost both of their centers at one point, and it was like, we fine,
That's true.
we fine, we good, we can still win 68 games.
You don't think they're gonna have that championship hangover to where they start
It's
out slow?
definitely possible. With them being such a young team.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is they so young? They probably like shit. We can do this shit all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It ain't out of the realm.
Nikola Topic is playing summer league, man. He's gonna soak up some minutes
Yeah.
and he'll be ready to hoop.
I'm excited to see him with this team.
Me too.
Because like we didn't really get to see a glance of him in the NBA. So
He could be really good.
yeah, no,
Sorry,
he
though.
can be really good. I know he's one hell of an athlete. I know that.
Is he
can
really?
definitely get
See,
to
I
the
don't know.
rim
I didn't
and
know that.
he's definitely strong as hell.
I ain't
So.
gonna say athlete, but he gets to the rim.
He's like
Yeah.
Amen Thompson level athlete.
No.
No.
That's
But
an athlete.
he's just a
That's
put
one
it,
of
he,
one.
he could definitely put his head down, get to the basket, finish strong type shit.
This summer league starting in a couple hours. I can't wait. We get to see Kalel Ware and Yakashonis versus
At Utah, right?
California. The Utah's tonight. Is Cooper playing in California?
I
Probably
think he
not.
might play one game. He said.
Okay. Well, Carter Bryant is on that Spurs summer league roster, so we'll see that too.
Shout out to our boy.
Because usually don't the big stars only play in Vegas? The Vegas one?
So I'm gonna look up the summer league roster right now, so don't worry. I'll let you know exactly who's on this roster.
'Cause
I
that's
know that
typically how we usually see it.
No, you usually see it that way because those teams ain't in the other ones. But
Yeah.
if they're in both, then yeah.
let me see.
When Vic came over,
Oh,
was he
Dylan
just
Harper's on the
playing?
roster.
Was Vic playing before he came over?
What you mean?
Well, no, because he got drafted, so he's already on the team.
What did you mean?
Because I remember Vic was still kind of playing before the draft, if that makes sense.
Oh, like he was still
He was
playing.
still playing
his other-
overseas or whatever,
Oh.
and then he came over for the draft. But once he came over, then he was over here.
The Spurs got some names on the summer league roster, man.
Talk to us.
They of course got Carter Bryant and Dylan Harper for sure. They got Dexter Dennis. I don't know if y'all remember Dexter Dennis. They got Jameer Nelson Jr. on the team.
Oh, okay. TCU.
Hey, I get to watch the Bays guy for my team.
Do you?
Darius
Bazemore is on that team.
Oh snap!
I mean, Bazemore.
Bazley.
But you know what
Bazley.
was so crazy?
I seen them warming up on the practice thing.
I'm looking at like the roster, whatever, and it shows their date of births. It's like year 2000 for Darius Bailey. So it's like,
feel
man,
weird,
he
homie.
feels like he's been in the league for a minute.
Dude, Dylan Harper. What year was he born?
2005.
2006.
Oh my god.
2006,
Shit.
dog. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That is so nuts to me.
What? LeBron was in the league already? Damn.
March 2nd,
Bro,
2006.
LeBron been
A
in
March
the league
baby.
longer than
Pisces.
he been alive.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
That's got to be such a crazy moment.
Motherfucker younger than Bronny.
Yeah. To be able to walk into the league and like LeBron is still playing,
Yeah.
it's like that's.
Who was that? Was that Jabari that said, like, you played against my dad in your first game?
Boom.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Now I'm in the league and we got to see each other in the postseason next year, maybe. It's crazy. All right. Somebody throw out a team.
The Atlanta Hawks. I'm buying stock. I'm buying in them being a conference finals.
Well,
team.
first, we got to figure out what we think the
Right.
expectation is.
Is expectation one?
conference finals.
Damn.
For me, at
Okay.
least.
Okay. I was going to go
That's
bottom
your,
up.
but what do you
Bro,
think their expectation for themselves is?
Got to be a
round.
50-win team, right?
Second
Yeah,
round.
50 wins, second round. And just looking really good. I think that they did a lot of great things this offseason, especially getting Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Luke Kennard.
Talk that talk, Millie.
Dyson Daniels. I mean, what they didn't acquire, but I'm expecting a leap from Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson. I think they did a good job of building a team around Trae Young. And I just think defensively, they could be a much better defensive team, especially when you add Nikhil and then you have Dyson there. I just think Nikhil, it seems like he's such a great primary defender, but he's also really good as also defending the second offensive player too. So like I really like what they did this offseason.
Yeah. If they were in the conference finals, that wouldn't completely surprise me next season.
Y'all had the expectations crazy high.
I said 50 wins. Like,
50 wins is hey, that's an amazing season for the.
What they
for the
win
Hawks.
this year?
I just put it as
40, I would guess.
this is the year the Hawks is finally out that damn play-in, man. I feel like the Hawks has been a straight play-in team.
Mm-hmm.
Trae Young has been one of the MVPs of the damn play-in. Just I don't know, but having them be a 6 seed or higher out east is just it's the best thing that could happen right now.
That's the bare minimum. If they were a playing team next season, I would be like, that was
There's no,
disappointing.
Yes.
there's no way.
That was really
There's
disappointing.
no way they are.
And
I'm buying another team though.
let's stay on the Hawks just for a little bit longer
yeah.
because I think that there have been a few big winners of free agency / the offseason. The Atlanta Hawks have to be towards the top of that list.
Yep.
Getting in Porzingis for basically nothing. Gave up with the 23rd overall pick in the grand scheme of things. And got off a Terrence Mann contract, which is going to be there for a couple more years. And
Acquired
then,
an unprotected first-round pick from
I've mentioned that like 100 times since it happened. I still cannot believe that they were able to do that. And then not only just that, get Asa Newell at 23 or whatever number it was, who fits exactly what they want to do. So it's
Atlanta said they literally called Joe Dumars to confirm with him.
Yeah, are you sure you're giving us this pick out of all picks?
That's
Joe Dumars' antennas didn't go off like, hold on, maybe we shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, I think that's good business.
He said, hell yeah, I did. That's what I said, ain't it?
Would y'all have done that? Like, would y'all have called him personally to confirm that this?
You have to, because if not, you have the Dylan Brooks situation.
Yeah, you really do. Because I think it was Bobby Marks. I saw a clip on Twitter that was like when he was a part of the Nets organization, the Bulls called them talking about number two. They thought it was a number 2 overall pick, but instead it was 2 future first-round picks. So they would have accepted that trade thinking they were the number 2 team in this year's draft, but instead it was 2 future bad first-round picks. So making that additional call is pretty customary.
Stupid. Number 2.
That was what 2000. That was when it was.
Hey, why
Tyrese
the fuck would
Thomas
the Bulls call 2 future first-round picks number 2? I had a league investigate that then, because that's the number 2 pick. Number 2
Well,
is number
that guy's
2.
not in charge no more, but I wish he was. Shout out to Gar Foreman and John Paxson, baby.
Number 2.
Yeah, Hawks should be great. Trae Young, it's your time, brother. It's always been your time, but nothing like this. Like, this is the best team they put together.
MVP year, P.
I'm not going out saying all that.
If you put $5 on this, 500. I checked yesterday.
But
I'd rather put $5 on PJ Tucker for 5 3.
You rather do that? Trae Young is my dark horse, though. Trae Young is my dark horse. I said that on Tee It Up. I think they clipped it out, and the comments was like, "Whoa!"
Oh, I didn't.
And then another dude responded was like, "That's what the fuck a dark horse is. It's a dark horse." Like,
I asked that because I remember
my dark horse is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
right.
back in the day, you used to always say he's got those MVP qualities, and this is a nice ass team to be on for a guy like him. So
He gonna have the Calvin numbers. They just got to win some games.
This is going to be the third podcast I bring this up on. What's the likelihood that they finish top 10 in offense and defense next season? In y'all opinions?
I wouldn't put the pressure on the top 10 defense. I would probably get them around 14, 15. But I think they could be a top 10 offense for sure.
I think they could be both.
Yeah, I think they have a better chance to be a top 10 defense.
That's kind of how I
honestly.
feel, too.
You think they have a better chance of being a top 10
Dyson,
defense
Nikhil, you
than the
got
top 10
Jalen.
offense?
They weren't that far this year, were they?
No,
can check.
honestly, and that's why every move that they made this offseason looks so much better because of the season they had last year. Building an identity like that, which is now they're complimenting, now they look like a strong East team.
Yeah, the reason I'm like more confident in the defense than the offense is because when Trae Young is not on the court, they will have some creation problems.
Oh, no, they were 18 and 19.
There you go.
18 offense, 19 defense.
They did, like, I feel like once they did lose Jalen, and then they were also missing Clint Capella too. But not
At
having
one point in the
two
season,
bigs.
I thought I remember them being
They had a lot of
Where were you
injuries.
looking at? Like, what site were you on?
Basketball Reference.
Okay. Cleaning the glass got them 13-14.
Okay.
13 offense, 14 defense.
Mm.
You know, they filter out the garbage time
garbage
minutes
time,
and
yeah.
all of that shit. So I don't think it's out of the range. Oh, I misread the fuck out of that. 14 offense, 19 defense. They were 13th in win differential. Sorry. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think it is at all. Like I said,
It's been such a good
19 defense, you
offseason.
said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Such a good offseason. I have yet to see somebody that's skeptical. And that scares me a little bit when everybody has like, oh, yeah, they're about to be great. But,
Sometimes
like,
it is that simple.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah, I don't
mean,
think
they went
they didn't
out-
swing for the fences. They went out and got complimentary guys that fit what they doing.
And they could still swing for the fences
yeah.
Yeah.
later down the line. If you
I
never
really
know.
like what they, because you got Dyson Daniels was good next to Trae Young.
Mhm.
Reset Shea to be such talk down as a number 1 pick, had a really good, solid rookie year. If Jalen Johnson is on this team, they're not even a play-in team, probably. Probably past the play-in. Or at the least, you know, make it. No, they did make it, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
You add Nikhil, Porzingis, a
No, they
healthy
didn't. They
Jalen
lost
Johnson.
twice.
Right. Because the Magic,
Davion Mitchell did his thing in that
right.
game.
Yeah. I like this team, man. I think it's possible. But the more we talk about it, top 10 defense, top 10 offense. I was riding the high at first, but now it's kind of like, it's gonna be tough.
So for reference, last year we had 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 teams were top 10 on both sides. So it's a very elite class to do that.
Yeah.
Those teams were.
Okay, can we guess?
Yeah, sure.
OKC.
Yep, they were number 2 and number 1. Boston was number 3 and number 5.
Cleveland.
They were number 1 and number 8.
And then we have.
It's a surprising team to be in this
Houston?
list. No. We got 2 teams left. 2 teams left. 1 East, 1 West.
The Pacers?
Sorry,
Nah.
both West. I'm an idiot. One team,
Minnesota.
it should be in the East.
Minnesota.
Yes, Minnesota. They were number 8 and number 6.
And then
What, the Pelicans?
Mm-mm.
You said a team that should be in the East.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, ain't no damn way the
Memphis?
Pelicans got this.
no way, it's Memphis, right?
It's Memphis. They were number 6 and number 10 last year.
I only went off. He said they should be in the East.
Yeah, I was thinking geographically.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yes, it's an elite class to be in. But I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility.
That's funny. The Grizzlies were dead and it was a first round exit.
Hey, that West can be sung.
I'm taking the team out west. I'm taking.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Damn. Can we stay? We gonna finish.
Wait. I just want to ask Darrick.
He ready to get the fuck off the Hawks.
Last episode, breaking news happened.
Yeah.
Your favorite player got waived, brother, and I think that most of the comments was like, the one day Darrick is not here, because you usually Iron Man on the show.
Yeah.
The one day you take some time to yourself, you're not here to give your take on your favorite player not having a job right now. So I want to give you the floor, because I mean it's been a little while, so maybe your emotions have been swayed one way or another. But I'm curious of what you think about the Dame stuff.
I mean, I thought it was surprising, because initially the news broke initially with just them signing Miles Turner, and I was like, whoa, what the hell? Like, how did they even how did they get the ability to even sign Miles Turner? And also, why did Miles Turner leave the Pacers? Like, it was just so conflicting. And I was literally sitting on a bus on the way to a resort, and I was like, whoa, what the hell? And like, there was people on the bus, and my girl was like, babe, what happened? And I was like, something in the NBA happened. And I was like, something in the NBA happened. I was like, it didn't. And then a few minutes later, it was like, the Bucks have waived waived Damian Lillard, and I'm like, whoa, that's how they were able to do this? And that was just so crazy, just the experience. But
Boy fell down to his knees like
Did
dirt.
it ruin your Disney experience for any time?
No,
Oh.
I was cool. I was chilling. It was just on my mind a little bit. It was just, and it's also just crazy because it came out that they asked Giannis, did he like Miles Turner, and would he be okay with them signing Miles Turner? I feel like they probably didn't tell him that we would be waiving Damian Lillard in order to do this, and that's probably why he seems now like he's upset with the fact that they waived Damian Lillard. Because like if you look at that team is ass. Without like their starting point guard is going to be Kevin Porter Jr. next season. It's going to be Gary Trent, Giannis, Bobby, and Miles Turner probably as they starting lineup. Like that lineup just doesn't sound
I don't think
good.
Bobby started.
I think it's
Or
probably
the
Torian
Prince. Yeah. Like that lineup stinks.
Kyle Kuzma.
Nah, please don't let Kuzma start no more.
He sucked last year.
Yeah,
He did. You got to count on him to
off
not
the
suck
bench.
though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just if I'm honest, I got to look at that roster and say, y'all trying, but this shit is.
So my question to you, if you have to look, if you're Giannis and you look at the roster and say that, what stopped you from saying that before? If you don't release Damian Lillard and he has an Achilles injury just sitting on the team,
yeah,
the roster's the same. The roster's even worse because Brook Lopez left. So your starting lineup, if you're keeping Dame, was Gary Trent.
I think probably having Dame probably gave him somewhat of a hope that he would be able to play with another all-star level player.
I think that would be naive, though.
As hell.
Yeah.
People don't come back from Achilles in 6 months. And even when they do come back, they not the same for at least a couple more
when he
months.
didn't have an Achilles injury, they wasn't doing shit.
Yeah. So this puts the whole Bucks situation just in a different light. I'm happy for Dame, though. He gets to now choose where he wants to go freely.
Have you talked to him?
No.
Okay.
Damn, that's crazy. I thought y'all was besties.
No. I would never DM him personally.
You got his
ask him.
number.
I thought usually he DMs you, but
You share
Oh,
you
no.
share some DMs with us?
Y'all great.
So my question, as a Dame fan, what's the place for him? What do you think? Where do you want to see your boy go?
Boston was at the top of the list. Just I think they need point guard play. I think he would be good there. And also I think defensively they had an infrastructure to where he can kind of hide his defensive
They used to.
weaknesses.
Drew Holiday gone.
But no, they do. But I still think Derrick White, Jason Tatum,
Jaylen
Brown. There's enough there to where
And they can rehab together.
Yeah. That would be at the top, and then probably I don't like. I've heard the Warriors rumored. I don't like that.
I didn't even see that one. That
did
sounds
you see
nuts.
that graphic? It was like, imagine this team. It was Steph, Dame, Draymond, Al Horford,
Jimmy
Butler.
Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
That team went at 70 in 2018, boy.
They said that's the unction.
Yeah, it's just that didn't move me. I don't. It was some more teams that was rumored.
What about Miami? You know he's always wanted to go to Miami.
I wouldn't be mad at Minnesota.
Okay.
Oh, I like Minnesota.
I like
Minnesota would be
Minnesota.
nice. Don't know if he wants to play in Minnesota, but I think him, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Rudy. I like that. I like that team
I
a
like
lot.
that too.
I like that.
Um,
I like that. And honestly, I like it a little bit better than Miami, too.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't like Miami.
I don't either, Derek.
I liked Miami
I'd-
at first, but then again, him coming back off the injury, I don't know what Dame you're gonna get. So I would go to a place where you have a little bit more support.
Yeah. Don't go nowhere with another point guard. But it's just like Minnesota will be perfect, I think.
What about Houston?
Wouldn't be mad at Houston either. I like that. Fred now go to the bench.
Sacramento.
Fuck
I
you,
don't like
Fred. This is
Sacramento.
what Derek just said.
You say what?
Sacramento need point guard play.
Close to
You
Oakland.
said Sacramento?
Yeah.
Man.
I don't like nobody going to Sacramento. Dennis Schroeder, get your bag, brother. But I just don't like that scenery.
Go to Dallas and back up Kyrie. He
probably-
too good to be a backup?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Mm.
No, I'll just play
But
that.
when my GOAT said he too good to be a backup, you atting me and stuff.
Chris Paul definitely is a backup.
What about the Clippers?
The Clippers? Nah.
Him and Harden in the backcourt.
I want
Kawhi
Harden
on
to,
the wing.
to just cook.
Harden is a point guard.
Yeah, Harden has the ball way too much.
If Dame goes to that team, he turned it into the 2.
Back to Portland.
Wouldn't be mad at it if he wants to be there, be with his family. That was also funny that the Bucks was not happy that he went to rehab with his family in Portland. I just feel like that's just let the man hang with his kids while he
Send a
rehabbing.
message to them about that.
Send a message.
Look right in the camera and tell them how you feel about that.
That's some bogus ass shit, Milwaukee.
And what if they say, hey, that's just team policy, Derek?
Sometimes you gotta throw the policy out the window.
Rules are meant to be broken.
If we break it for Dane, we got to break it for AJ Green.
We got him, officer.
I doubt AJ Green would want to go to be somewhere else to rehab. Think AJ Green would be completely happy with being there.
Fuck his family, huh? Where is he? I don't even know where he's from. Iowa?
Oh,
That's
man.
crazy.
That's what he went to school
That's what,
with.
yeah. I'm not saying it because he's white. I'm just saying like he went to school there. I don't know. He might be from there.
Derek, you one of a kind, brother. He said, I don't think AJ Green would want to go.
All right, Mike, get that Western Conference team you've been trying to get out for 20
Holy
minutes.
shit.
The
man.
damn Spurs are back in the postseason this year.
Okay.
I'm buying that.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not a bad team.
Postseason
I
as
like
in
that.
playing
I'm buying
team?
it.
Playing.
Okay, because you said postseason, not
No,
playoffs. So I was
postseason
interested.
is postseason. But
That's
they,
They can make the
It's post-
postseason from the play-in.
Yeah, they can make it. Yeah.
that's fine. As long as they making it.
Yeah. I thought they would have had a good chance
This year?
This year if
Yeah.
Vic just stayed healthy, but with him back on the court, and then you have a legit supporting cast around him now. Not only do you got the young guys, but I think De'Aaron Fox is in for another. He's gonna be back. I think
Finger should be good,
reminding
right?
people. Yeah, he's gonna remind people how good he is. I just can't get over the fact that like they're gonna have so much spacing for De'Aaron Fox, and I think it's just going to be a lot different from the Kings with having Sabonis down in the paint and in the post and trying to, like, literally last year Sabonis was one of their best three-point shooters. And that's saying something because his ass is not, he really don't want to shoot threes. But having Vic be able to stretch the floor, De'Aaron Fox should be touching that paint every damn time.
I
It
got a
should be
question for you,
capitalized.
Mike.
What up?
How good is De'Aaron Fox?
All NBA level.
Yeah, at his best, I would say he probably get to about third team All NBA. Like he's on the back end.
Yeah.
Why you making that face, KB?
Because I don't know if that's necessary to like if we have a fully healthy season for all of our stars. Y'all think he's top 15 in the league? Basically, that's what y'all are saying. Because it's positionless now, so you can't.
What did they
just
say?
say.
What did you say?
I said All NBA. Because he's made All NBA before, right?
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I would put him.
Like off the top of y'all mind, point guards and hoops, is he top 6, top 7?
Yeah.
Let's do a countdown.
Because like you also got to account that Halliburton won't be there next season, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, you
So
can count that.
opens up a spot.
Sure.
So yeah, if you
Luka, Shea,
Curry,
Brunson,
Anthony
Mitchell.
Edwards.
point guards. We're just doing point
Oh,
guards.
you're just doing point
just
guards.
do point guards.
Okay.
But you should do what he do because the All NBA is gonna be guards, right?
yeah, this is guards.
Yeah, but I was asking like, do y'all think he's top 6, top 7 point guard? So we could go All NBA.
Only reason I'm
Even-
doing that because you said if they
Yeah.
think he's All NBA, he's top 15 player.
Right.
Right now, he might not even be there, but like
Okay,
a
then
good
let's stick
season
it-
from them, he could work himself into that conversation. That's
No,
I don't
usually
think it's out of the
how it
realm
goes.
possibility at all.
Yeah, KB is asking y'all
Where is he right now?
if they all was playing, where would he be? You're not projecting him to have some season he ain't never had before, are you?
No, but
Right.
he could still be All NBA. Having
Kate
like a
Cunningham
prime
or
season.
De'Aaron Fox?
Right, because
Cade.
Mike gonna go into
De'Aaron.
Spurs shit.
I mean,
Nobody's saying
Cade,
De'Aaron
I'm
Fox
sorry.
can't be All NBA. We're just asking a question.
De'Aaron Fox or
What is your answer?
Cade.
Devin Booker?
I'll go D Book.
It's Devin Booker. He could have a better season than Devin Booker.
Because of the team construction?
Team construction, yeah.
Let's talk about basketball then. It's Devin Booker. Devin Booker's a better basketball player than De'Aaron Fox.
He is.
Okay. Jimmy Butler or De'Aaron Fox?
De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox or Pascal?
Mike said that shit pissed off.
Bro, because I want somebody to say that damn 15 points a game that Jimmy Butler finna get is about they taking that shit over De'Aaron Fox.
I'm going based on the Ringer
man.
top 100. The
I
people that
love
are in
when
the
Mike
range.
get mad.
Go ahead.
Pascal Siakam or De'Aaron Fox?
As of right now,
I'll
Pascal.
I'll go Siakam.
De'Aaron Fox or Darius Garland?
Fox.
I would go Fox.
De'Aaron Fox or Chet Holmgren?
Fox.
I'm gonna let Mike like Chet, so I'm gonna let him answer.
This is Chet. It's a weird comparison.
He just going off that list.
But yeah,
I'm just going off the list. I'll do a few more. Jamal Murray or De'Aaron Fox?
Fox.
De'Aaron.
And Paolo Banchero or Fox?
Paolo.
I'll go Paolo.
So based on what y'all just gave me, y'all have him as about 26th, 27th in the league.
Let's name them point guards again. You said Luka, Shea,
Luka, Shea, Curry,
Brunson.
Brunson, Cade. That's 5. Just want to make sure we're not forgetting nobody.
Do y'all object to any of
No.
that for De'Aaron Fox?
No.
Mm-mm.
Not even one.
Darius Garland, y'all pick
Yeah,
Darius
I'll
Garland,
take
yeah, it's
Fox
question.
over
You taking
Garland.
Fox? You taking Fox?
You
So
taking Garland or Fox?
Fox.
Okay.
James Harden?
James Harden.
James Harden.
So that's at least 6. And maybe y'all got De'Aaron Fox at number 7. Trae Young?
Trae Young.
I'll take.
I would take Trae.
Shit.
Uh,
I'm taking Trae Young. I'm saying
That
shit
is-
because it's a lot of names.
It is. It
That's
is.
Dame ain't
Yeah.
healthy. Halliburton ain't healthy. Tyrese Maxey.
John Morant or De'Aaron Fox?
Fox.
Ja Morant.
So y'all have him in like 9th or 10th then? Because that's 9 point guards right there.
Mm-hmm. But that's fine.
Tyrese
To me,
Maxey.
That's okay.
I'll go Fox.
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey, it don't even matter. Philly in a weird spot. But even if,
What you want with Maxey? He can still hoop. Fuck.
man, I'm waiting to see what Joe
LaMelo
Embiid
Ball.
do. I know Tyrese Maxey.
LaMelo Ball.
Fox.
LaMelo Ball.
This Fox.
I'm
easy.
going Fox.
Regardless, so whatever range that he's in, 10th or 11th, a really good season, he could. I've seen players get boosted into that talks. I mean, the year that he had where he was clutch player of the year and he would have whatever he was averaging, he was definitely felt like a top 5, top 6 guard in the league.
Yeah. That year,
I'm sure, when we did our point guard rankings, he probably like number 5 or number 6.
Absolutely. I don't think it's been like that since, though.
All
That
NBA
was-
might be hard to reach, especially with Vic.
2022, 2023, All-Star, All-NBA third team, clutch player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That's his only All-Star appearance, too. I feel like he at least had 2, but he only got 1.
Oh.
Gave it to Sabonis.
I don't feel like it's been.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
feel like
always
we've
been
had
strong.
that type of sense.
Yeah.
Also,
He's still good
yeah.
though. He's still good.
Yeah.
That year he was otherworldly.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
like get into the basket, but also his mid range was on
Butter.
point that entire season.
Butter, bro.
And it's like, damn, dude, if he could replicate that on this team, then I got no questions about buying or selling the Spurs.
I'm excited to see a 3-guard lineup when they run it.
I think my hesitancy to buy the Spurs is not necessarily has to do with them. It has to do with the shit that's going on around them, like these other teams in the Western Conference. So I'll do the same thing where we did Fox versus. We're going to do Spurs versus with teams in the Western Conference and see exactly what that looks like. Spurs or the OKC Thunder.
The Thunder.
Spurs or the Houston Rockets.
Rockets.
Spurs or the LA Lakers.
Spurs.
I don't like the Lakers, so I'm gonna go Spurs.
You don't like
I
the
don't really
Lakers
know
or you don't
what-
like the Lakers roster?
I don't like the
Lakers
Lakers
roster.
roster.
The Lakers, I feel like they finna have that same shit where they could be a really good team, but they could be kind of stinky. I feel,
Y'all gonna
just
suck.
big ass range.
Y'all
They
gonna
gonna
suck.
suck?
The
You
Lakers,
think they got
money
fucking
on it,
Luka
DMills.
Doncic?
they have Luka Doncic, but it takes more than that.
Has Luka Doncic team ever sucked opposed to other than his rookie season?
No, but it's also like defensively, you got to do something. That team is defensively gonna be ass.
Ain't nothing wrong. Unless Mark.
They got a
I said
40-year-old
Mark Williams.
LeBron,
Unless DeAndre
Luka,
Ayton show
and
up.
Aiden who doesn't want to. Who since he's been in the league, they've always questioned his motor and effort. Why would I buy into a team that has
Talk
that?
your shit, D-Mill.
I think it's different between buying in and thinking the team is gonna fucking suck, though.
I think he
I
means
think that
for
they
the
could-
Lakers' expectation.
Yeah.
I don't think he thinks they're gonna be
Do
the
you
bottom
think they're
of
gonna
the
be
West.
like a 8th, 9th seed then?
Yeah. I would not be surprised if coming into the season if the Lakers are around an 8th or 9th seed in the West.
I don't think he, as a Laker fan, I don't think he's that insane.
Okay, so we'll go to the next team. Denver Nuggets or the Spurs?
The Nuggets.
The
Nuggets.
Denver Nuggets or the Clippers? I'm sorry. The Spurs or the Clippers?
The Clippers.
Y'all agreeing there?
Clippers.
I think the Clippers have done enough for me
Yeah,
to
I
stop
forgot they
questioning
got
them.
Brook Lopez
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah.
Minnesota Timberwolves or Spurs?
The
Timberwolves.
Timberwolves. Yeah.
Spurs or the Warriors?
The
Spurs.
Warriors. Full season of Jimmy.
Warriors.
I think I'll go Warriors.
Spurs or Grizzlies?
Spurs.
Spurs or Kings? I know that answer.
Yeah, Spurs.
Spurs or Mavericks?
Spurs.
Really?
I'm gonna go. Oh, this is tough.
Spurs.
All right, well, Spurs win that because it's 2v1.
Oh.
Suns, I'm sure y'all taking Spurs there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blazers,
Rest down is probably Spurs.
Pelicans,
Yep.
Jazz. So y'all right now have them as a 7 seed.
Yeah.
With the question of an 8, depending on what y'all believe about the Lakers.
And the Mavericks one could be close. So even at that, they still the AC, which leaves them still in the play-in, about right there.
Yeah. They should definitely be around that 7 to 9 range. That would be considered a W season for them.
What percentage? Because they got, obviously that guard room is fucking got a bunch of young players between Harper and Casu, and a lot of those dudes can probably play together. We don't know that for sure just yet.
Yeah, it's not as complicated as people make it. in my
What
opinion.
percentage of what they're trying to do you think is winning versus development, or is it one and the same, so like 50-50?
I think they're trying to do
50-50.
both.
50-50.
Yeah. I think they're in a great position where they could do both.
Mhm.
I think all those guys, they kind of can come in and complement each other versus like getting in each other's way.
Yeah, they're in a situation where Harper or Bryant ain't got to start right away.
One person I'm selling on for this team, though, is Devin Vassell. I used to be really high on Devin Vassell. I thought he'd be really nice next to Vic, but he's just seeming like the odd man out. And he's already in trade rumors, so I'm just selling on him as a Spur.
Didn't he just sign a big extension too?
It was
Not
like 2
that
years
long
ago.
Oh, that was 2 years ago? Okay. Shaw didn't forget his bag though.
He's a nice player.
I was looking at that Emmanuel Quickly contract. I was like,
Bro, I was thinking about,
Yeah, it's a nuts
Manu-
contract.
matter of fact, that's what I'm, again, another team I'm selling on is the damn Raptors, man. They team, I just look at the contract and I look at the rosters and I'm like, I'm not super impressed with anything for y'all to have all this money wrapped up in these guys.
I think they're the 12th most expensive team in the league.
Bro, they have 30. Emmanuel Quickly's getting 32.5, and he hasn't even suited up for over a season. He's still trying to get into his starting.
Well, last
He
year
bag.
did hurt his booty.
Last year was his first full year as a Raptor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what did he do? I think was
yeah, he
that
fell on his ass.
who was he going? Who were they going against? I forgot about that.
I don't remember.
I think we were watching that on
Yeah.
playback
Were
when
we?
it happened.
I think
I have a
You finna
it
say
sound
Spurs?
familiar. I wasn't
I mean,
finna say the Spurs. I thought
everything
we
is
was
one
watching on
Google away.
playback, honestly.
because I remember
But didn't
seeing
someone
it.
else fall on their ass too?
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking about then.
I think it literally happened twice that day.
His one game was against the Cavs. He played 14 minutes, 13 points, and then he missed over a month, or about a month. And then he missed another month and a half. So this is what I said on my show. The Raptors front office, they always are going to have to pay like 10 to 15% higher than what market value is because nobody wants to play for the Raptors. So when you trade for Brandon Ingram, 39 or 29 other teams are probably not extending the guy without seeing a single second him play with your rest of your team. But that was their free agency, right? I was doing the math, like they're going to be better than like the Hornets. They're going to be better than the Wizards. They're going to be better than the Brooklyn Nets. They're probably going to be better than the Bulls. So at the minimum, they're like competing for a play-in spot if they want to.
Yeah.
But is that what their goal should be as a team like this? Like I don't understand.
I don't think you invest that much money to be a play-in team. I think they have higher aspirations, but unfortunately, that's probably just.
How about this on a 1 through 10 scale?
They're probably like a 7th seed, 7th or 10th seed. I mean 7th or 8th seed.
On Teed Up, I talked about them. The one thing that I would say to just kind of like play devil's advocate for their sake is we have to remember that they represent a country differently from all of the other 29 teams. This is not a state-driven team. This is a team that's backed by a country. And their history of existence, competing is all they ever really wanted. So I know we look at other teams like, man, is y'all really competing for a 7 seed? The Raptors may be like, yeah, we actually are. And in the history of their existence, I went and looked on Basketball Reference before I was going to speak on them. They only have like 5 years with 25 or less wins, and 3 of those years were in the first
Vancouver?
4 years of the existence of the team.
Why did I say Vancouver?
So, is that what you said?
Yeah, that was when they beat the Bulls in '96.
So it's like I think we have to look at them a little bit different than how we like. They've never shown us. I ain't gonna say never, but like for their totality, since we've been watching them, they haven't shown us that they gonna do like a
rebuild,
a tank, a hard tank where they gonna try to win 17 games. Like even last year, I know it was a down year for them.
I think Tampa's the only year,
which was out of the bubble, right?
Yeah.
But like last year, they were tanking, but they played the guys and then play them in the floor. Like they have a certain way that they're doing things. So I think that they will play for a 7th or 6th seed in the playoffs, and they know that they're not gonna win a championship, and that's okay with them. That's the DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry teams. I know their fans were just so excited because they hadn't seen it in a long time. I don't think those people thought they was going to win a fucking championship.
I don't know. I think they had championship aspiration. They were always like the number 1 or number 2 seed. They just unfortunately just ran into LeBron.
But that's what I'm saying. Nothing about that shit ever said that they were going to get past LeBron. I mean, the number 1 seed shit is why, like I said, their fans never been in that situation, so they probably didn't know any better. But, like, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
It was a Kyle Lowry, like, no disrespect, but Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan-led team, winning a championship. It's pretty tough when you have a LeBron James team. Now, if LeBron was with the Lakers, they maybe would have, I don't know. But Kawhi got them through, so they didn't really have to think too much about the Lowry and DeMar DeRozan.
I wonder how much of their plan is to hopefully thread the needle again like that. Be a solid enough team and
That's
pray.
What I said on Teed Up. All of the contracts show that it's going to give them away. They own all of their picks. And, yeah, we look at all the contracts and be like, man, that's a lot of money for
to make the money match
quickly.
If you need a star.
But if you want to make another pivot move, you have honestly speaking, if Giannis became available today, there's a lot of teams that throw their hat in. The Raptors could be one. They would have a Scottie Barnes. They would have other salaries to match. They have all of their first-round capital. So, you know, and it don't have to be Giannis either. It could be any big fish.
I also think if Giannis becomes available, the team that's trading for him, they probably want him to agree to an extension beforehand. They don't want him to test free agency.
And guess what? Toronto is very good about giving extensions.
Yeah, oh yeah.
No questions asked, baby.
I might play for Toronto.
Jakob Poeltl just got a bag.
That's what I said on Twitter. Like the players, I understand not wanting to go to Toronto because of customs things more than anything. Like even Thaddeus Young was talking about it on the podcast, how tough it is because of that. But like if you end up going to Toronto and you play well enough, you're going to get paid. For the reasons Pete just said and for the reasons that I'm mentioning, like they are going to pay a little bit more than what consensus is your value is. So like I wouldn't mind playing in Toronto for that reason alone. Brandon Ingram plays 0 minutes. When Wendy said that Brandon Ingram's extension was more annually than Kyrie Irving, it blew my fucking mind. And it's like, yeah, Yeah, that's
I'm
what we gotta
totally
do.
against giving players extensions without them playing. And I love Brandon Ingram, but that's just like my thing where I never understand that. But you made a good you classified it good as their free agency. So if it's their free agency and that's how it's being looked at, then it can make some sense to me.
One of the reasons why I don't love the roster, obviously, but it's like a lot of the players that you have invested in, I just don't know how much Scottie Barnes and Brandon Ingram fit next to each other. I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like I can project, and my projection is that not very good, but I don't fucking know enough for me to say I'm buying or selling, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they do feel like overlapping talents.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
That was even my issue
I mean,
with
Brandon
the
Ingram's overlapping with a lot of people because of his play style, and I don't mean that as a negative thing.
No, yeah, it's kind of. I don't also view Brandon Ingram as like this guy that I want to be my number one option. He's such a confusing player because like he is extremely talented, but like he hasn't shown me that he can like carry a team. But like he also seems like he doesn't fit well with stars either. So like I literally don't know how to like gauge him.
They got like 9 good players, but I just don't know if it works together.
I also think about, like, what's Grady's rotation too?
Grady
Just
Dick.
Yeah. Just like you spent that pick on him and got him.
And he had a really good rookie season.
He had
That's
some
why I
really
didn't
like-
big
not rookie season,
moments.
even
It's
like
like
second
now
year,
you
yeah.
have an overlog of guys that play really the 2 through 3.
That's why I
and
didn't like the
even 4.
Jacoby Walter pick because you picked the same position in back-to-back
Years.
years.
How surprised would y'all be 1 through 10 if we came back in April and they're the 6th seed going into the postseason?
10.
Very surprised because that means someone failed.
3.
What about you, Derek, number wise?
This team could be a 6th seed. It wouldn't like you said it would blow your mind if they're a 6th seed?
Yeah.
I'll go like a 5.
Am I tripping?
I would go like 7. It's not a real possibility.
It's not
It's like
that's why I
you
put it
also
at
got to
5,
think about where we are and who's the competition.
Yeah, that's why
Like
I
they
said
could be,
someone failed.
they could have a better regular season than the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
That's why it wouldn't
Milwaukee.
be mind blowing.
Milwaui got Giannis, so I
Yeah,
feel like
I'm
just
still
alone.
I'm still putting Milwaukee over there.
You got
But it's like the
Cavs,
Pacers.
You got
They don't try to
Cavs,
lose, but they might.
Knicks, You got.
I can go through the teams.
You would
don't
take
worry.
the Pacers over them?
No. I mean,
I might-
I don't
I-
know. I don't know.
Without Miles Turner, it feels like a little bit
I mean,
tougher.
and Halliburton too. So
Yeah.
these are the
If-
teams we know for sure will be
If,
better.
if Halliburton wasn't there and they had Miles Turner, I would still take them over the Raptors.
We got
But they don't, motherfucker.
we got the
I mean-
Cavs. Yes.
If LeBron still
Yeah.
played with the Cavs, I would take them over the Thunder.
I think you're missing what
I'm
was
just
trying to say there.
literally just talking shit. It ain't that
Knicks.
serious, Mike.
Yep.
Pistons,
Yeah, I would take
Yeah.
them.
Magic,
Yep.
Yep.
Cavs, Hawks.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's 5. Boston,
No.
Here's where it just goes up in the air.
Yeah.
That's why I said it wouldn't be
Boston,
mind-blowing.
Indiana, Milwaukee are the 3 teams that we don't
I
have
would
a
take
fucking
Milwaukee.
clue.
I would take Milwaukee.
I would take Milwaukee
Okay, so that's
and
6.
Indiana.
That's 6 right there.
I would actually take Boston too.
We also thinking about relative health. We don't know who the fuck gonna miss more time and yada
Yeah.
yada yada.
I know without Tatum it's gonna be, but I'll still take Boston.
Philly, we ain't mentioned Philly.
Oh shit.
Boston, Philly, Indiana, I don't know.
I'm projecting Philly to be a lot better than last year. They had some really
But
bad.
the fact that they have a chance is just, it kind of shows that the Raptors might still be around like 8 to 10.
They also could be around 8 to 6.
yeah,
You never know, man.
So
Only
yeah,
time
maybe
will
that
tell.
range is 6 to 10.
it's such a crazy range.
6 to 10.
Maybe
You
that's
think
another.
that's a crazy range? I think that's a lot of teams last year when we looked at the standings, they were 1 game away from being 10th or out of the play-in. I think a lot of teams was like that last year.
Yeah, the difference between the 2 seed and the 8 seed was 2 games
In the East or the West?
in the West.
Oh,
Because the East bottom was different than the West bottom, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was the West bottom? 1 game separator, is that what I'm thinking of?
Between the 9th and the 10th seed was 1 game. Cavs. My brain.
East was a
Kings
lot
and-
more secure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew the top 10
People was
teams
trying
like
to
the
lose
last
out
one.
East.
Yeah. Like Toronto's one of those teams trying to lose, and then Brooklyn and Philly, Charlotte, and Washington all was like, fuck it, that All-Star break. So we knew our top 10 is just a matter of like, who
I think
will end up the 5
I think we'll go through the same thing. I think early on it'll fluctuate. What about Charlotte? They went out and made some moves.
I'm
Nah.
buying.
You buying? Okay, well, okay.
I'm
let's
saying over the
let's
Raptors.
Set the not over the Raptors. I don't think.
Best record since the 21-22
I'm asking
season.
over the Raptors. He named all those teams, Raptors or Hornets.
I'm taking Raptors.
Raptors over the Hornets.
Okay.
Raptors.
Okay, but you saying best record since the 2021, 2022
Which
season.
they won 7 games.
So they're gonna win 30 this year, you thinking?
Yeah.
What was that? How many wins did they have when they played in the play-in?
40? I think they were 40. That is a very good question. I may be overrating the hell out of that
It
season.
might be like 38, 39. Maybe.
I'm
But
betting on
that's
this to
still
be the
good.
most consistent season they had in a minute, though. Every year it seems like they just feel injured.
43.
43, wow.
Just feel like a team that's out there. I'm hoping they build a little bit more identity and culture this season.
You saw that one video.
Yeah.
I saw that video too, and I was like, okay.
Come on, bro. They got Khan now.
Name them all. They got Con, Liam, and Ryan, the people that's gonna change the culture.
They is.
Colin Sexton.
I already heard Khan got a few tattoos now.
Oh shit, it's already happening. Yeah, I don't want to buy them again because I bought them last year and it fucking bit me in the ass. So I'm not doing it again. Their center rotation is still gonna be trash.
Mason Plumlee, bro.
Oh, Mason Plumlee's back. Now Diabate's a good ball player, I think, but that might not be enough.
He gonna work hard though.
He will.
When you know if they don't like them, they just don't send them to the Suns.
I'll buy them for their own expectation. If their own expectation is to have a better year than they did last year, I'll buy that.
There's a few teams I'm looking at and be like, how much longer can you convince your fans that tanking is the way? This is about to go into year 4 since that season.
Well, look at Chicago. They just don't give a fuck. I don't even say they're trying to tank. They just okay with just being where they at.
Yeah, they're an anomaly in the NBA though. It's them and the Kings. They in their own tier by themselves of dog
Yeah, they
shit
ain't tanking. They
organizations.
stinking.
Yeah,
You can call
but
that
like
shit
the
stinking.
Wizards are another example of this.
But they have.
They don't have the
Wizards-
talent to compete, obviously.
Yeah, but the
like,
Wizards are different.
It's
The
showing
Wizards,
promise.
Yeah, and they are like extremely young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
they
like,
like
yeah.
fully
I think you
reset
can
again.
convince
Like,
your
they
fan
fully
base
reset.
on the constant rebuild if you continue to give them something to have hope for.
Yeah, and you consistently make good moves. Like the Wizards literally have they have absorbed bad contracts and taken on draft capital. And the Bulls aren't doing those type of moves.
we don't have to talk about them today.
Bilal. No, we're going to talk about them. Alex Sarr. My first don't want to talk about their team. No, we're going to talk about them. Keyshawn George, Bub. They got stuff that people.
Then you got all this expiring money next season. Like there's a lot of if I'm a Wizards fan, there's hope.
For sure.
Because they're going to get the Bulls pick from taking on Patrick Williams.
Oh shit. Hey, bro. That'd be crazy.
I guess I was more
Someone's
thinking
gonna
about
take on that contract, I guess.
the Bulls are. There's no reason to trade him. We fucking suck. It ain't like we're trying to free up a max spot for somebody.
The Bulls are
Guess what? Even with him having a contract, we will have a max spot next season. 2 of them.
that team, that organization.
Y'all got to keep that
suck.
spot open
It
for
does.
Anthony Davis for
So I
whenever he
wouldn't be
come
surprised
home.
at anything they do now.
I damn near might renounce my fandom if they trade an asset to get rid of Patrick
Because
Williams.
they gave up an asset to trade DeMar. Or was that Levine?
No, we got our pick back in the Levine trade.
Because y'all traded it.
We
for
traded
DeMar.
away for DeMar,
Yeah.
which is like DeMar gave us 3 years of like all-star play. So I'm not tripping about that.
The fuck? That's all y'all asking for these days?
Yeah, actually.
Thought y'all wanted some success as a team.
When he hit
Man.
them back-to-back game winners.
Come on, man. He hit 1 game winner in 2021 and then hit the next game winner in 2022. The end, like the New Year's. Come on, man. He forever a legend in Chicago for that reason alone. Even
That
though
rank up there with the Jordan.
we
shit.
won 1 postseason game in his era here. Just a singular
Is
one.
Jordan 6 titles? Is D Rose bank shot? And it's that.
Hell yeah, man. That's what we got here. I
I
wasn't
can't forget
necessarily.
the scream too.
What'd you say?
When his daughter was screaming in the play-in.
Oh yeah. Shout out to I forgot her name.
How you feel about the Gideon and the Bulls being the Gulf of Mexico size difference in between negotiations?
Good. So, what is he gonna do?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Take the contract they offer.
He's gonna have to accept the contract that is offered to him, just like every
I'm happy
other
that they
restricted free
did
agent.
not go out there and just hand him $30 million.
Maybe they just learned a lesson with Patrick Williams.
I would hope so.
Maybe they watching what everybody else doing. All the restricted free agents.
Yeah, they're
having
just
slow
trying
motion.
to, which is
As they
fine.
should, yeah.
No
There's no
reason.
reason for me to rush and give you no one else. I don't think Josh Giddey has that crazy of a market. So like,
I'm
why
not
would I-
mad at it because over the years, players have been able to finesse the system by getting these contracts, and you have to match.
Yep.
So now if the organization is in a favorable position, hey, all fair is game, man. It's all fair.
I mean, the Suns
'Cause
did it
we've
with
seen-
Suns did it with Ayton.
Exactly. We've seen players get bags, and a team they have to force themselves to match it. So now, you know,
If you want $30 million, just go get it from someone else. We'll match it.
Yep.
And I just don't think no one's going to give him 30.
Who's the last restricted free agent to get an offer sheet and the other team didn't match it?
Yeah, they always match it.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I literally don't know.
Yeah, usually you usually always see it get matched. So
It's
like
always
that's
been-
just probably
always
like a
been-
98%
It's been a scam.
success rate.
So buying Charlotte Hornets, huh?
Yeah.
What exactly are you buying?
I said they were going to have
30 wins.
30
basically.
wins. They're going to have one of their better seasons.
I think they could do 30 wins.
Yeah, I don't even give them 35.
And honestly, I'll,
Get their fans a little excited.
damn, 35.
All right, brother. You pushing it. 35?
30 from 35 ain't that crazy. But
No,
yeah.
they did not.
They haven't won 35.
Neil Stradamus.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not questioning none of your preseason
Because
predictions
that
no
Brooklyn
more.
Nets stuff.
That shit. They won 19 last year. You think it could be
You think
almost
it'll double
20
it,
games
basically?
better? That's almost doubling.
You finna
their
say
win-
yeah?
There's a
They
world.
didn't even do anything though. It ain't like they went out to get somebody elite. They made some
Continental.
good around the margins
Yeah.
deals. Out
He
there.
said Cock and Nipple.
Shit, give him rookie of the year right now.
Cock and Nipple just that boy, man.
They got somebody to play the game the right way.
They need that.
That's
They
all they
need
needed.
that, man. They really do. That's what they thought they was getting from Gordon Hayward, man.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Not too much on Gordo, man.
For real.
League of Legends champion. That's what he does, baby.
I didn't know he was that much of a gamer.
What?
That's all he do.
That's his home away from home.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, wow.
setup.
Him and his wife, they separated because of the game.
Wow.
You know what? Good for him.
I'm joking, by the way. I'm just joking.
Because if your partner don't like your hobbies, then maybe it's not the right partner for you.
Nah. I agree to a certain context. I know some dudes to be on that fucking game.
Yeah.
To where it's like, nah, bro, go get your girlfriend a hug. Watch a movie with her. That game ain't gonna be there. That game gonna be. And I'm not throwing no shots. It ain't none of us. Or any of our close homies. But like I got guys, it's like on a Discord, I open up the Discord and there's be guys on there all the time.
For real, though.
Now, some of our homies are single, so it ain't no issue. But yeah, man, when you get in a relationship, definitely gotta have people that support you. You know what I mean? I be seeing dudes that be talking about the girl don't want to play the game at all. That's just stupid. That's just dumb.
That's more what I was talking
Yeah,
about.
that's just dumb. Tell her to stay out the shade room then. I bet you get on that game. Oh, okay. Tell her get off TikTok and I bet you know what I mean? There ain't nothing wrong with that game. You want him to be in a club or you want him to be in that room in that game? Oh, okay.
Right. You
want
know
him
exactly where I'm at.
Yep.
Exactly what I'm doing. Ain't
How
gotta
many-
question nothing.
I hate to go on a tangent and sidetrack us.
It's off
How
season.
many guys or how many relationships do y'all think have gone into the gutter? Because not only is he playing that game, but he's spending that check on VC and packs. I think that could be a problem with girls like too.
For sure.
Oh, for sure. Especially if y'all got joint accounts and y'all married and she's seeing all the microtransactions. Oh,
Because you know,
yeah.
some of
Just
us
start a YouTube channel, brother. Get that tax write-off.
do it and you make a decent amount of money. It's some dudes who's spending that shit and ain't got it. Like
Yeah.
last $50, fuck it, I gotta open this box. So. And I could definitely see women being like, yeah, he is.
He's not mature enough.
That or the damn parlays.
Oh shit, you're right.
Last
the
$50
mixture.
on a parlay.
What about the
He got
mixture?
both. Yeah.
He
fuck.
playing a
Oh,
game
no.
and he doing parlays to try to make bills. Double whammy.
That really is a lot of people's lives.
Triple
though.
whammy. He betting on them games that Tiger be playing, them 2K games.
Oh, God. And he got an OnlyFans subscription.
Oh, you crazy?
Motherfucker's just a bucket of red flags.
$1,000 a month on OnlyFans, 2K bills, and FanDuel.
I can't even catch a break, man. This motherfuckers be saying. Like, no, just cut it out, bro.
Right.
You ain't even mention the Zens or the .5s that they buying too.
That's
Damn,
a real
who-
thing.
Who buying a 0.5?
If you spending all your money on bills, gambling, all you got left is for a
that's
.5.
pulling up on you for a 0.5. Hey, that's that man right
That's
there.
who was back, KB?
Hell no.
Hey, that's your man's right there. He pulling up on you for a 0.5. That's
I'm saying, bro,
$5.
If you spend all your money on bills, gambling, OnlyFans, what you got left? Enough for a 0.5.
You need to quit.
Hey, I don't smoke, but I will say I try not to.
Do they even
judge.
measure out 0.5s?
Hell no.
Motherfucker, like, hey, motherfucker call you for a 0.5, he might just say, here, man. He might just give you a free bag.
Keep for real. Be like, bro, just take this sample.
I don't judge, and I try not to judge. Well, I do judge because I'm a human. I'm a human. We all say, I don't judge. Yes, you do. You're a human. It's just human mechanisms. I try not to judge, but one thing that I do judge is weed smokers that can't smoke by themselves. And what I mean by that is when I was growing up and we were still living in the Plex, you always hear somebody talking about putting something to a bag. And that's something I used to be like, bro, that's when you gotta stop smoking.
I got 5 on
You're
it.
not if you a young teenage smoker, I guess that's suitable, right? But if you 22 talking about something, hey Austin, you got 5 to it? Hey bro, it's time to stop, bro. Seriously,
At this
bro.
point, we don't even ask each other to put nothing to it. We
That's
just like,
what I'm saying.
you
Yeah.
trying to smoke?
Yeah. And again, I don't smoke, but I just be like, man, if I smoked, I know people wouldn't like me. I'll be a stingy smoker. Because we grown. You can't roll up your own stuff. You don't have your own stuff to smoke.
0.5 is crazy, bro.
0.5.
I just remember Derrick hands used to get real sticky at them kickbacks. The blunt just staying by his side. Like, come on, bro. That's your 5th puff, my boy. Come on, pass that shit.
For real?
Yeah.
Because Mike and I was on the balcony at his car and he was puff, puff, pass. So you doing puff, puff, puff. Hey, I got a story to tell.
No,
We did miss you at the card game, too.
We did.
Oh yeah, I missed that. I missed that a lot, bro.
yeah, that shit was definitely needing a DMills in there.
Would your significant other been able to play?
No.
Okay. But yeah, though, because everybody played.
So yeah,
She's had to learn
you'd
to
have
learn.
been
Oh, she would have to
asked out,
learn.
and she'd have been forced as your partner. Can't leave your girl to be like, I want to be with
Oh,
her.
everybody girl played?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, every girl that was there, yeah. Everybody.
Yeah.
had
Dana
their
ain't
part.
come. She was doing her hair.
Me and Suzanne, it was
me and
Jules
Austin.
and Tyler on the team.
Oh.
Him and Elena.
Him and Austin couples and shit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We and then it was Faye didn't come, so it was Mason and Terrence,
Oh, okay.
and we tied as the champs. They went 2-1. We went 2-1.
We went 2-1 too, but we left early.
Y'all went 2-1.
Mhm.
Oh, so we all triple crowned then.
Yeah.
You know who didn't get a win?
Mike.
Yeah.
My
we
partner
swept
ain't know
them.
how to play.
So
Was it his fault?
Elena does a whole PowerPoint presentation teaching people how to play. And we start the game and she asking, can I do this? We like, Elena, you just gave out instructions and don't know how to play.
DMills, she ain't know that you want to play your high cards first. Like she was sitting on like kings and aces.
Oh, that's the worst. Especially if they not spades. Oh, you got to get those
That
out
was the first
first.
thing I had to tell Suzanne after our first game against Tyler and Jules. Like, you held the ace of diamond to the last book.
What
What is going on?
That's almost a guaranteed loss.
Yeah, bro.
Wait, against who she did that?
Against Tyler and Jules.
okay.
And it didn't matter because they didn't know what the hell they was doing either.
Oh,
But that's the tough part of the game is because I like to start it off so I could throw out my high card, be the end. But like when you trying to see what your partner got, I don't want to throw everything out because it's like if that's just only you did, then we just fucking wasted
you
it.
just got to read the board a little bit.
Yeah, I be trying to count the cards. I ain't gonna lie.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Seeing how many spades been played, what spades been played. I don't track the other shit. It's really just the spades.
Yeah.
I got 4 in my hand. Okay.
Oh
that
yeah.
must
If I
be
look at
even.
my hand and be like, oh, I got 5 spades in my hand, I'm like, oh, bet.
You
This
ever
is
be early in your hand, like it's the second turn or whatever, and you don't got no more hearts or whatever, and you be having to double check that. You be having to double check that hand.
No,
That
because
helped him.
The way you and Tyler was sorting y'all hands, I was watching their game. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers are just.
It ain't class by class.
They did. No, well, it was like some red cards on one end. Then it was one singular black card. Then more red cards.
That's
and
what I'm
then the
saying.
rest of the black. But it wasn't like they weren't booked. At least
yeah.
for Tyler's, they weren't booked.
I do
It wasn't like
mine.
all the diamonds and then all the
The
spades.
lowest book is a club, right?
I don't know. I just know the spades is high.
No, all
spades
the
are-
rest
all-
of them
yeah,
are
they're
the
the
same
same
value.
tier.
Yeah, they're the same value.
I'm thinking about Elena PowerPoint. She had it all
Bro,
tiered
that
up.
sounds. The way she was explaining that shit, like she just copied that shit on Wikipedia or
Yeah.
some shit like that. Like she wasn't explaining like this how you play or whatever. It was a good time though.
It was a great time.
I would have loved to play it. We haven't been able to play the dice game when we was talking about.
Oh fuck yes.
I tried to get hella singles too, but that was on
left, right,
Sunday.
center?
Yeah, left, right, center.
I tried.
That
to
would have
just
been
get
that would have
hella
been a
singles.
great party for because it was a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, you could have walked that up with a nice little.
But
bag.
we would have had to tell everybody to
Bring some singles?
Yeah, everybody.
That's
probably
why
have
I was
singles.
gonna bring like I had like $400 trying to get singles for it, but nothing was open.
Oh,
I had singles.
Yeah, you was on a Sunday.
It was on a Sunday.
Oh, you was trying to go find the game?
Buying and selling. Who else is on the list? It seemed like you're selling Lakers.
I was
Oh
finna say,
yeah,
let's do Lakers.
I sold Lakers, and I just sold stock in Aiden. It was
I think this is the time to buy stock.
yeah, I was
in
gonna
it.
say, I would buy
the stock cannot be lower than what it
I
was
would
before
buy
he became
stock
a
in
Laker.
Aiden at
That's
this
very
point.
true.
yeah, but he's also been in the league for so long. There's like, at some point, it is what it is. If you have question marks about every stop that you go to about the same issue, then apparently, and it's the common, and it's you. You're the issue. I'm not gonna continue to just.
He ain't never played with a LeBron or Luka.
He played with Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
Played with 38-year-old Chris Paul.
Who made an All-NBA appearance, by the way. Let's not act like he's a fucking scrub. And he was 37. He made All-NBA.
I just said he was old, KB.
Okay, but old is a negative connotation in basketball terms.
No, it don't gotta be. LeBron old, he's still raw.
Two GOATs, you're right. Continue, Derek.
But yeah, he played with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. That team went to the finals. He was good then, but like since then it was just like a drop off on his production.
Can I play devil's advocate?
What?
For what it's worth, Deandre Ayton is not a guy that's about to save the Lakers.
I'm selling on how high some of the people are reacting to thinking he's gonna be some all-star type center
Yeah, that's
for the Lakers.
That's like
that ship has fucking sailed a long
I'm
time
selling
ago.
on that for sure.
But he is a player that, in my opinion, needs some type of creation to make him go. He just played in the Portland Trailblazers that has zero of that. And now he's going to go to Luka.
Yeah.
I like it a little bit more than just dismissing it completely. I don't think he's a savior. I don't think he's going to make an all-star appearance. But fucking Jackson Hayes is here. DeAndre Ayton got to be up here just in comparison.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that team was pretty decent. I mean, they lost in the first round, but like that was a good team with Jackson Hayes on the
And I also
roster.
think losing Dorian Finney-Smith is a big piece for them. They also struck out on getting Clint Capella. I thought Clint Capella would have been a nice asset on this team.
Do you like him more than DeAndre Ayton?
I was gonna say,
I think for what they would want Clint to do, Clint would be more willing to buy into that. I haven't seen Ayton really buy into being a screen roller, anchoring the defense, catching lobs, and just not being. Clint Capella is completely okay with not touching the ball for a few possessions, and he will still do his job to the fullest extent and not care. I don't know if Ayton's that way.
I can tell you he's not really.
I think that's why I have to agree with Darrick. I'm buying in on. I would buy on Ayton as an individual because, yeah, it's floor surface. Like it can only go up from here. But for the Lakers, it's hard for me to buy because, yes, I agree. I think losing Dorian Finney-Smith was extremely big, especially when you talk about that little defensive stretch that they had. A lot of that came off the back of the Dorian Finney-Smith type of player to be able to take up the space defensively, run around, guard up and down the lineup, while also being able to spot up offensively. That was such an instrumental thing. I think Jared Vanderbilt can replicate some of the things he did defensively. I think offensively,
bro, you hit it right on the head.
such a
Jared
drop-off.
You
Vanderbilt,
hit it right on the head.
it makes it super different. And then I lastly agree with Darrick on the sense of I think DeAndre Ayton is a lot better of a basketball player than Jackson Hayes, for sure. I just think that the way DeAndre Ayton likes to play does not correlate with today, and that's why he has the issues everywhere he goes. It ain't because he's a bad player. It's because I think people don't want to play the way he wants to. He likes to touch that ball, hold it face up, and jab and shoot a little mid-range, and then you're going to play with guys like Bron, CP, Luka, who are going to be like, bro, what the fuck? You know who damn sure not going to want to do that?
Luka.
JJ Redick, Mr.
Oh, yeah,
Analytical
JJ.
Coach.
Yeah.
He is going to be like, Ayton, what the fuck
And
are you doing?
I'm really buying into the fact that with LeBron, Luka, and like all the guys you just mentioned, they got to be barking in this man's ear, and it's got to have some type of damn influence on his play.
And when he's also reportedly throwing tantrums in Portland, that shit ain't gonna fly in LA.
Yeah, I think there's two different.
I think he might do some of
cases.
those things. Don't get me wrong. I think DeAndre Ayton's going to catch some lobs.
Yeah.
I'm not here to say DeAndre Ayton's going to catch the ball out of the air and say, nope, no lob, and then it's going to back you down. He's going to catch some lobs. But I just think that he's also going to get that basketball sometimes, and he's going to face up and shoot a little
For sure.
fadeaway jump shot.
I think that the fit is a big wonky for that reason because DeAndre Ayton is not a roller traditionally. Like, yeah, he said he's gonna catch some lobs. He's fucking 7'1" or whatever. But he's a guy that, as a pick and roll guy, he's gonna roll to the fucking mid range instead of rolling to the basket. And Luka, maybe I don't want to discredit Luka because he's so good that I'm sure he can mold his game to whatever, but I don't want him molding to fucking DeAndre Ayton regardless. But Luka is not a guy that is in his career hit somebody for a pick and pop mid-range jump shot. It's like, dive, motherfucker, dive.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Also, set a good screen, DeAndre. And that's something that we have yet to be really seen because he don't really like the physicality
every
of
time
basketball.
he does pop, I hope they get on his ass.
But you know, again, trying to play devil's advocate here. Have you? He be hitting that fucking shot. I know it's not what you want in the game of
he does hit the
basketball.
shot, yeah.
He be hitting that shot,
I
man.
know. I was looking at his
But he
stats.
don't get to the free throw line
At all.
at that size and physicality. Like the way he's built, you would think that he was a guy that like
One
physicality.
free,
is
he
nothing.
really be averaging like 1 free throw attempt.
Yeah,
that's-
that's because of that jump shot and that
Yeah.
little hook and all the non-contact stuff.
I want to, so I was going to bring a bunch of players.
The
that
rolling becomes a lot harder too when there's Jared Vanderbilt in the corner. My fault.
I brought a bunch of players today that are on new teams, and I just had like what I'm predicting their stat lines to be for the season. DeAndre Ayton is one of those players. You tell me higher, lower, you feel like it's about it.
Sure.
All right, so I have DeAndre Ayton at 17 and 10, 60% from the field.
When the last time he shot 60%?
When you played 2 years ago, I believe.
So it was last year with the Suns.
I think so.
You said 17.
17.
So he averaged like 14 and some
He
change
averaged
last
14.
year.
I think like 14 and 10 last season.
I might go slightly under.
Now, one of my guys in my stream made a really good point about this as we were kind of talking. He is gonna be looked at as the fourth option, even though he's probably gonna be involved in a lot of plays.
That's kind of why I was saying 17 might be because Austin's going to get his, Luka's going to get his, LeBron's going to get his. At that point, it's not a lot left on the table.
I'm scratching them in at 10 to 11 rebounds though.
10,
Yeah,
10
the boards
should be
the
minimum.
boards will be there.
10 boards should be minimum for him. He should actually be averaging like 12, but he does have people like Bron and Luka who are good rebounders. So.
I can see him averaging 14. I'll give him 14.
I think
He averaged 14 this
board.
year. I think he should have some type of uptick in his overall production. I just don't know if 17
What was
is
your,
enough.
yeah, I'm going to go 16, 10 and a half at 60%.
I think that field goal percentage means a lot because it just means he should be getting so many easy baskets.
Just going up.
That it should be above 60%. But also, real quick, I feel like a lot of his impact is going to be needed on that defensive end.
That's
too.
exactly what I was about to say before. Yep.
Like even if he's having 15 or 14 and 10, if we could feel a defensive presence or at least a big body in the paint, I think that it'll be okay.
Yeah, the defensive part is always going to be in question. I just don't know. Because, when you got Luka who's already a liability and 40-year-old Bron who's a liability, you're back in his
LeBron was one of our best defenders last
LeBron was
year.
pretty good defensively.
No, he is, but also he's 40. Like, you got to expect that at some point. Like, the defensive ability is it usually starts to decline a little bit. So it's just like, LeBron was good last year, but I don't think you want him doing that. He literally was he was locked in defensively. He was trying to get everybody else to buy into that. So, like.
Yeah, they don't need him just be good. They need him to anchor.
Yeah.
And that's
man.
That's some big expectations.
That's why
I think losing Doe is more of a reason to sell versus anything else.
It's so big to me.
Yeah.
It meant so much to me. I did not like that at all because there's just no replacement.
Yeah.
There's no replacement at all.
Not big Jake LaRavia defensive guys, huh?
Hey, shout out to the Rockets, though, for going out and getting them.
Mm-hmm.
And then signing the dude.
Didn't even need him. It's like, fuck it. We'll take it.
And then signing the dude that you knew that they really wanted.
Luka, best friend.
Shit hurts, man. I told y'all I ain't felt like this since we lost Caruso.
Yeah, what's y'all starting lineup? I mean, what's your
Luka.
rotation? Because the lineup is going to be Luka, Reeves, Bron, Ayton, and Rui. Sorry, did not put that in order. It's going to be Luka, Reeves, LeBron, Rui, Ayton.
No, you think Rui's a 4 and not Bron?
It don't matter.
I'm just talking.
So it's going to be
talking.
Luka, Reeves, Rui, LeBron, Ayton. Then Gabe Vincent.
Damn, first off the bench, you
Vincent.
can't even think of the first
probably
name.
Jake
Vincent,
LaRavia.
Jackson Hayes, Jake LaRavia.
Maxi Kleber.
It's Bronny year, baby. We about to see in Summer League.
We probably
He's
is
an
going
NBA
to
player
get
now.
some, yeah. He probably could be 3-and-D.
Oh,
baby.
no, Dalton Connect you didn't name.
Dalton might be on that block still.
Hey, everybody on the team on the block, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Not named Luka, not named Bron.
No,
And
Bron
maybe
on the
Bron
block.
might be on the block.
Dalton should have
Bron
a
might
good
be
deal,
on the
though, as long as he
Bron
plays.
might be on the block, man. If you made me pick between buying or selling and no in between for the Lakers, I might just buy because Luka Doncic exists.
His ass existed last year.
And they won 50.
And they lost in the first round.
With Jackson Hayes as our starting center.
Mm-hmm. Now you got Jackson Hayes 2.0.
Nah, he more like a 4.0. But we'll be all right.
I understand that sentiment though, KB. Luka, that starting lineup is not horrible. I just don't know who I don't know who defends the way they need for 82 games. That shit was cute when they had us
They gave
all
us a
fooled.
month and a half. Like,
yeah, we
damn.
was like, oh shit.
Yeah, because that shit was a lot. That shit was all effort too. And doing that shit for all 82 is a different monster.
As we saw in the playoffs. Way different monster. So that was my biggest concerns. But the talent alone should still get y'all in the playoffs. That's the other thing with the Lakers is like the expectation is always championship or bust. It's the Lakers, it's LeBron, it's Luka. So it ain't like
Well, they are doing a lot of shit where they saying that they planning for that
future.
Yeah, for the
That
2027.
that I just also think that's fool's gold.
Yeah.
They have no other choice though.
Yeah, but I also think some of those dudes are going to sign extensions or either be traded and sign extensions. I just think some of those dudes that's at the top of that list probably won't even hit free
Do you know
agency.
who's on the top of the list?
Jokic is on that free agency board. Giannis is on that free agency board. Donovan Mitchell is on that free agency board. I think he was the only one who I think might test free agency.
But
Steph Curry's on that free agency
what
board.
is their other option though? Is what I'm asking you.
Buy in now. I just think buying in now and just preparing.
They have to.
Also,
they're
how
trying to
though?
buy
When
in.
do they
Yeah.
have
How?
to buy in, and who are they buying in on?
They have to look forward to the 2027 because they don't have anything else to do.
But I just don't think some of those guys will be there.
They don't think that all of them are going to be there, but they have to look forward to the case that they will be.
I mean, there's a case that like we're in Los Angeles and you're playing with Luka Doncic. There's going to be players that will want to agree to that regardless.
Yeah.
They just don't have the room to be able to do it right now. And I understand people like, yeah, we got to do this, we got to do that, but nobody can draw up a trade that makes sense for the opposing team. Like, yeah, they should have another all-star. But fucking how? How are they gonna do it?
And
how do they go get a real good center other than paying $8 million for Deandre Ayton? I just don't know how.
In 2027, LeBron should not be on this team. Probably is going to be done playing basketball. That's a $50 million salary that is no longer going to be on the team. You're also going to get more picks coming in. Each year, they're going to get future picks that's going to come in.
Ayton will also be on. Ayton will be off his deal.
Yeah. So that's why they're aiming at 2027. I don't think that they think Jokic is coming to the team. But hey, 2027 is when a lot is going to open up, and just so happen these are the names that potentially could be there. They have to think that because what is the other option?
You also can't praise a front office for going to get a coach that's for the long game, but also be mad when they're trying to play the long game.
Yeah.
Like JJ was brought in not to be the stopgap. Like they really wanted him to be what they say their Pat Riley.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in the Pat Riley era, they weren't always a championship contender, baby. You got to sit back and let things be. And as we know, the NBA is so very fecal. Who the fuck knows who might be available that they could potentially get in February?
Yeah, and they also seems like they're seem like they're hanging high on the fact that they're not trading that pick.
All that you need to know, or all you need, is a Luka Doncic guarantee, which I don't know if Luka Doncic even give them the guarantee, first of all. But if you can say to Luka and he can buy into like, okay, we might take a few years or we ain't top of the league and then we'll figure some things out, then that's all that matters. You're playing for the Luka timeline right now.
That's, I think, my biggest concern. And maybe it's not a real concern because, the NBA is just like what fans think and what we think is not always how they think in the business type of thing. Because I think it was important for the Lakers to show Luka this is the right place to be within this short time period. Even if it was that we're going to try to bridge it and get it all back during that 2027, like I still want to show him and get his commitment before I even keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like it all still depends on Luka.
Yeah, it's probably good that they could probably sit back and no longer have to play the LeBron timeline versus the Luka timeline. That's probably why you're seeing all these reports from Rich Paul and Clutch saying that, like, LeBron maybe, like, they understand that the Lakers are now playing for the future and not the right now. And LeBron wants to try to compete for a championship. So that's why you're hearing all this stuff now coming out that, LeBron might be finishing his last run with the Lakers or maybe not even playing in his last run with the Lakers. So which I'm not mad at. If LeBron wants to go out swinging, he has every right to go out swinging.
He does deserve that. He does deserve that. If that's what he truly wants.
Yeah.
He's trying to have his cake and eat it too, though.
Why you say that?
Because not a lot of teams can give him what he wants while he's making $50 million.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
That's why I was confused. Cause I'm like, man, if he would have opted out and just chose anywhere he wanted to go, he'd been able to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
And again, I understand. It's easier said than done to leave 50 of them things on the table. But if you really want to go out with that bang, he could have went and got a mid-level exception from the Dallas Mavericks if he wanted to do that.
Got this shit from the Warriors, teamed up with Steph.
Finally, they did it.
I ain't saying vet minimum. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, get the first real deferred NBA contract.
Whoever got Bron on a vet minimum is crazy.
Yes, it is a bit. Because, like, even the team that people are maybe thinking is the Cavs, I read that they don't even have to match the salaries. They have to go over. They have to match like $70 million to bring Bron in.
Wow.
Which makes it Jared Allen, DeAndre Hunter, and Max Strus. It's like, fuck, that's half the rotation.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, Bron.
I like that he cleared that up, that he lives in Ohio in the summer. Like, people, because he was in a Cavs practice facility and everything, and he went out his time as they. I thought it was funny that people tried to make something out of that.
So our boy been golfing a lot, man.
Yeah.
They said that's how you know that time coming.
It's coming, bro.
He had a good form too. I'm not
That
a big
shit
golf
look
guy.
No, he did not.
But that ball traveled, but it definitely looked weak.
I mean, I hope it. He's 6'7", you know what I'm saying? 250.
I'm
That
not a
motherfucker
big
better
golf guy,
travel.
but I do
Charles
like.
Barkley,
I like
his shit.
a nice
I've seen
form.
his shit not travel.
He also 7.
I'm sure. I'm talking way before he was there. I'm sure LeBron first swings wasn't fucking traveling.
No, we've seen Bron's first swings. That was like 10 years ago. He was chopping at that ball. He's come a long way. Can you imagine the type of coach you can hire when you have Bron type of money?
Well, he
Motherfucker
also
might be on
Tiger
tour in
Woods
2
right there.
years. Yeah.
Yeah, he probably friends with professional golfers.
I'm sure he
And
is.
just asked, hey, you want to?
They friends with him.
Like what's oh my God, Trump's granddaughter's mom. So what does that make him? Trump's daughter
Trump's granddaughter's
Mom.
Yeah, his mom or her mom's mom.
is dating Tiger Woods, and she's a golfer.
Oh,
Like, how cool is that? That like
Say that again.
I'm a college golfer, and my mom is dating Tiger Woods.
So Trump's daughter's stepdad is Tiger Woods.
Trump's granddaughter's mom is because I don't know if his granddaughter through any.
Oh, it's her so his granddaughter.
Yes,
That means that's one of his kids.
kids.
Yeah. So that's his daughter's or
Potentially.
son.
Yeah,
Or daughter-in-law, son-in-law.
is dating Tiger Woods officially.
I got my brain feeling queasy.
Yeah, my fault. But I just think, even though obviously I don't fuck with them,
This rap shit ain't
to have
this rap shit ain't easy. Got my brain feeling queasy.
and I'm here dropping heat like.
Mike
Mike
Beasley.
Beasley.
Who else are
we
we
back in
buying and
that
selling
booth.
on? Oh, wait, you had more of those things. We just went on a tangent on DeAndre Ayton. Who's the next player?
I also had a guy we talked about in Brandon Ingram.
Do you have a fictional stat line?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
For a man that didn't play one game yet in the Toronto Raptors jersey,
Mm-hmm.
he will be averaging 21, 4, and 3.
20-4-3 is what he's averaged for his entire career. Like he's been very consistent in that aspect.
Give me 22, 5, and 3.
They gonna have like 4 players averaging like 18 plus, like around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you probably hit it right on the head, Mike.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that stat line at all. Maybe the three is the assists,
3 rebounds.
4 assists.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him averaging 5 assists a game.
Same.
I also had Jalen Green on here,
26.
24 PPG,
Okay.
4 rebounds, 3 assists.
What did he average last year? 22?
21 and some change.
21.
Yeah, I could see him now. Yeah, he can get up to 24 with Phoenix.
Yeah. Let's root for Jalen Green.
I am.
Go Jalen.
Are you buying stock in him?
No.
I'm buying stock in some Jalen Green.
I'm buying stock in Devin Armani Booker.
Boom.
That's already about his high still.
Hey, I got
The
money.
Suns is low, but Devin Armani, we know about
I got
him.
money. I ain't no penny stock trader. I want to buy Apple. And that's what I'm doing with Devin Armani Booker.
I got this guy too, Michael Porter Jr.
I'm interested to see what you
Yeah,
offer.
what's that line did you come up with, MPJ?
20 points.
Under.
20.1. You get the 0.1 count.
Okay. I don't know why you did that, but okay.
5 boards, 1 assist.
1 assist. I'm gonna go under
On the assist?
on the points per game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay right there. I'm gonna do 20. I
20
think he
on the
might
head,
get a 7
basically.
rebounds.
What did he average last year? Do you have that number?
I think it was like 6 boards. Oh,
No,
you talking about
just in
points?
general,
I
yeah.
think it was like 18.
Did he average 18 last year?
I think so.
Shit.
You can double check it, but I think he was around 18.
Okay. In that case, then maybe I have to go over.
He was at 18.2.
I think that it's just going to be harder to score when you don't have Nikola Jokic. Cam Johnson averaged 18 for them last year.
But you open up 7, 8 more shot attempts.
Did he? Cam Thomas is probably still on the roster.
Man,
next
they finna
season.
be like Michael Porter, do you?
Cam Thomas and Michael Porter Jr. assists over under.
Who's going to have more?
I'm talking about combined how many they getting.
4. 4.5 is the line. And I'd probably go slightly under. Is that nuts?
Cam Thomas gonna have to. He gonna have to.
Every time you get an assist, you say, fuck. Why didn't you give it back to me?
Because you know, two more than one. So you rather get the 2 points than the 1 assist.
How many of them are to each other?
Not many.
Okay.
Last guy I got up here is Desmond Bane. I got him at 22.5, 4 rebounds, 4 assists.
I like that.
I like that.
Magic probably about to have 3 guys averaging
20 plus? Yeah, that's realistic.
At least I'm excited to see him just provide spacing.
Yeah. Y'all
Like-
buying them, I'm assuming. I think everybody's probably
Yeah,
buying
I'm buying it.
what they did this offseason. That's fair.
What about the Boston Celtics? Buying or selling the Celtics?
Selling currently. Because
I guess what do
They're-
we
they're
think
gonna
their
be-
expectation is?
yeah. I
Can
mean,
they
I
still
would buy
be-
on them being like around a 6 to 7 seed range.
Their center rotation is like really bad.
Yeah.
The man's Cada, Luka Garza, and who am I? Xavier Tillman?
Yeah.
That's what kind of made me out. If they was going to be able to bring Cornette and Horford back, I think I was going to be buying into what they had going on because you just then put Peyton Pritchard in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, damn.
Yeah, they big lineup stinks.
Luka Garza post touches, baby.
But hey, if
Brown got
you one of those
surgery, too.
bigs, you got to look at that and say, hey, this is my chance.
No, you do.
The man's Cada was fine in stretches, then he lost his rotational spot again.
Yeah. So maybe he's just like your full-time starter and he has a really good year. I can see that.
So let's say we're setting the line as a 6 seed then. Y'all selling that or buying that?
I would sell.
Sale.
I'll buy it.
I'll split
No
it. I'll
Tatum.
split it.
Brown had off-season surgery too. I think they're going to let him take his time and come back.
What did he have done? I don't even remember.
I forgot.
I don't think it
knee,
was a
right?
major surgery, though.
When is his knee?
Not sure. Hey, I'm doing it again. I'm buying 76er basketball stock, baby.
I don't.
Clap it up for the boys.
Yeah.
It's
Brown
cool.
For the
underwent
Philly.
right knee
That's nuts.
arthroscopic surgery on June 11th.
Okay.
It was to address a meniscus tear.
They also bogus his head for lowballing Yabusele. I don't know if they financially just couldn't offer him more.
They couldn't because he signed for what, 2 years, $8 million? The only lower you can go is 2 years, $6 million, which is the vet minimum.
Oh.
So,
But he said the offer that they gave, it was like they didn't even want me to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He did say that.
but literally the lowest they could have gone is 6.
They probably didn't even give
I mean,
him
3 a
6.
year, and they gave him the other team gave him 4 a year. So we're talking about a $1 million difference.
But I'm saying maybe the Sixers didn't even offer him that.
Yeah, you saying what they could have. He talking about what they did.
Oh, okay. But no, he said that they offered something, which is the lowest they could have gone was 3, and what he signed for was 4.
He's saying the offer he got, he said what they offered was like, they don't even want me.
Yeah.
Not what they could have. You're going all off what they could have. The lowest is this. Darrick is saying, based off his response, it was even lower than the lowest they could have gave
No,
him.
that doesn't. You can't. You literally can't. though.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
That
How
doesn't-
could it be lower than the floor?
Yeah, the floor is 3. He can't make $1 million a year. He can't make $2 million a year. The floor for his age is $3 million. So that is the lowest they could have gave him. Which that $1 million difference is a lot of money for him. I'm assuming.
I see what you're saying now.
But there's
thought
only
you
a
were
$1 million
saying-
difference.
I thought you were saying in comparison to the Knicks.
No,
Oh.
they could have. The lowest they could have offered him was 3, and he got 4.
Why is that the lowest they can give him?
Because he's a vet. Once you hit a certain amount of years
How old is
played,
he?
I'm not sure,
Oh.
but he's got at least 3 years experience because he played 2 with the Celtics and then went overseas.
Oh.
So it's not like they
I
could.
don't know, because the way he said it,
I'm telling you,
it can't be
Unless they tried to give him a minimum for 4 years.
He was on Twitter. Maybe that was what it was.
Maybe.
He been on Twitter.
He did an interview.
He did the sit down interview. He was in Instagram comments. Everywhere.
Instagram comments is nuts.
Yeah. He was probably somebody like, man, maybe somebody got some sense now. I'm like, damn.
There you go.
Ty Jerome also said that
He didn't get a chance to come back.
He didn't even get a chance to come back. And I was like, wait, what?
I just think they did their offseason too early, thinking that he was going to make too much money.
Yeah, but it was funny because he signed for the money that he signed for. And, like, the money that he signed for with Memphis, they gave them. Sam Morril signed for like $9.5 million. Did they just not?
That's bird rights, though.
So they didn't have bird rights. Oh, okay.
Ty Jerome signed with like a 2-year, $4 million deal a couple years ago.
So here's the thing with Buzelis. This is a guy on Twitter, RB Philly Take. He said if they completely lowballed him an offer, he is essentially forced to leave. They could have offered him the TMLE, which is pretty much what he took from the Knicks. That's when Buzelis said, finally, someone with some sense.
Okay. I like that.
Because somebody else said forced to leave is a bit strong wording of the situation, in my opinion. He wanted to secure his money, and he wanted to do it ASAP. I don't fault him for that at all, but it's clear where his priorities were here.
So they offered him a minimum, and he wanted the what'd you say?
Team mid-level sexual.
There you go.
Wait, say it again?
Exception. I fucked
You say
up.
sexual?
I was talking too fast. Team mid-level exception. I was
Shit
talking
going
too
on
fast.
over there.
No wonder why he left.
That mid-level, huh?
Team mid-level sexual.
I was talking too fast.
Hell no.
I love what y'all Knicks did this season, though.
Oh,
Went out and got Jordan Clarkson.
You buying?
Yeah, I'm buying. Jordan Clarkson, Buzelis. I really love those pickups for y'all.
And I think they
Especially
got one more minimum contract that they could give out, and people thinking it might be Landry Shamet coming back.
I wouldn't be against it. Malcolm
Yeah.
Brogdon, what you
Ben
doing?
Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
Is Malcolm Brogdon still out there?
Yeah, I heard some of the Bucks might get him.
Just bring the guys back, man.
He was that man when he was
They
there.
also was talking to Chris Paul.
Yeah,
Don't.
About that starting spot?
because
Yeah.
he want
He would go
wanna-
there and start, though.
He
He
want
wanna
to start.
He
So,
would start.
How do you want to start, but then you tell me you want to play in LA? Because you know
Because they know where to start in LA.
Harden and Luka got them spots secured, buddy.
Ain't nowhere in Cali available, actually.
Start on the bench.
Unfortunately, yeah.
He can't start in sack.
He
can't
could start. He could start in sack.
Over Schroeder?
Fuck out of here. Shoot a whole job been off the bench. He'll be all right.
If I'm Schroeder, I signed it because I can
I
start.
think you signed that because they gave you money.
And for the opportunity to start.
Shit. Man, cut
But
it
you're
out.
not finna be no. Just because
What,
you
he about to
starting
be
just
mad
you
now 'cause he
starting
got a
that don't mean you finna
90
get
mil-
started everybody.
Man.
I
Everywhere
think
else.
the issue is that you gave Schroeder $15 million to bench him and bring in Chris Paul. I think that's more the issue.
But $15 million is a bench player nowadays. Alexander Walker's making like 16. Not gonna start. That's
what Chris
that's the
Paul
goal.
for that make?
A max? The fuck?
Yeah, that's the fuck I thought.
Well, now he's gonna sign for a vet minimum because what else money is out there?
So 15 to our back.
No, not a vet minimum. He might get part of somebody's. Nah, he's probably getting a vet minimum. But one thing you can say about Chris Paul that you can't say about a lot of point guards in basketball right now, that motherfucker durable.
Yeah.
He did just
The
play.
production may not be there no more, but he'll play.
Y'all think we ever do one of them things again? How it like we did for Dirk and D Wade?
Well,
Just like Chris Paul.
Or just have Chris
Yeah.
Paul?
I don't think
on
he's loved like those guys.
He don't get the
Dirk
legacy.
is
All-Star run?
legitimately like loved across America and other places.
That's true.
That's 100%.
I don't think
true.
Chris Paul
You
is
never
like that.
see nobody trying to go viral off Dirk's name.
Yeah. It's yeah. I don't think he's loved like that. I think he's loved by me.
They don't love you like that.
Did you see when Draymond had Paul Pierce on?
That's what.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
That's what I was talking about. When
Wait, what happened?
Paul Pierce asked Draymond, when it's all said and done, you gonna tell people so you can get a tour? And he was like, no, I'm not gonna let somebody do me the way I did you.
I did not see that one.
I didn't know they ever. I didn't see them
Hey,
sit
you
down.
know
and
what I
talk.
did
Yeah.
see? Player's Choice was this close to getting the Kevin Durant interview. And a random dude
Just
went out of
some
his
guy.
way to say, no, success for them? Hell no, not on my watch. Kevin Durant, don't you dare do that. That was the craziest shit I've ever seen. Imagine you finna get a Drake feature and the dude like, hey man, his raps ain't even that hard. And Drake like, oh damn, appreciate it.
Kevin may have saw 1,000 replies, and that was the one he was like, you know what, this guy's, he might be right.
Yeah, that's some of the most hater shit I've ever seen in my life.
I couldn't believe that shit, bro.
That was insane.
Yeah.
I just don't even understand as someone. Why would you even?
Why do you care?
Yeah.
You
I
that much of a
understand.
hater to use like I'm about to stop their success.
I understand the position that we in, but even when we weren't in the position, I'm not knocking nobody for like what they do, because it's all up. But when I was just a person just on Twitter without a platform, I don't think I was in comments like, no, don't you go over there and do that.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even a Kevin Durant fan.
No.
He was just a guy.
He's just a hater. He's just an active hater.
That's his occupation.
Bioactive hater.
Activator.
Because I think people found tweets of him like tweeting Kevin Durant, like hating shit.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He's not
so
even like a Kevin Durant stan or
so
anything.
like he's just actively just hating online.
I don't even know the context completely. Why was Kevin Durant like trying to get on the show?
They had a video clip of them talking about better offensive peaks or overall.
Yeah, it was like Jokic and Kevin Durant
Has
was like the
Kevin
topic.
Durant ever been better offensively than Nikola Jokic?
Okay.
And
I'm assuming the panel said no, and that's why Kevin Durant was like,
they probably went back and forth. I'm sure they went back and forth.
There was some dialogue.
And Kevin Durant went in the comments saying, man, if they let me get on here, this will go plat. Let me drop my verse, it'll go plat. And that's when dude said all of that.
I would tell you, I don't be watching a lot of NBA stuff nowadays. I would have watched that if they got KD on the show.
Yeah,
For
for
sure.
sure. I think everybody would have watched that.
Damn.
For sure.
Homie just ruined it.
Just ruined it.
Well, no, I think KD had said tell him to tap me in.
Okay.
So there's still, I think there's probably still a chance. So I hope they do get their moment. That's
Me
such a
too.
big moment, man.
Me too. That's
Especially
and
with-
it's organic.
Yeah, it's organic. You ain't have to reach out to his team or nothing. He said personally, I would like to come on and tap me
For
in.
sure.
So like that's love. I hope they get that.
And shout out to Players' Choice too, man, because I was seeing comments of people like, yeah, man, go on numbers on the board.
Yeah, I did not
And
interact with none of that shit.
Player Choice is like, hey, salute the numbers on the
Yeah.
board.
It don't
man.
have to be. We don't have to try to steal somebody's moment. Hell no.
Yeah,
For
no.
sure, exactly. But it's
Yeah.
like, because if that had happened to me and somebody else was shot down under the podcast, I wouldn't have said salute shit. Please believe it. So for them to still be in that moment, like, man, no, yeah, salute. Numbers on the board, they won.
Yeah.
I would have been like, man, disregard all that shit.
I think they do a show every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
Just
said
like,
they do one every
that's nuts.
day for like 3 hours.
I could not do that.
Damn.
I did one show for 3 hours the other day. I did Isaac's and them show.
Yeah.
Hour and a half in, I'm like, what the
What
fuck?
am I doing?
bro?
What am I doing? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm doing me.
Like I still got to give NBA takes. We've been going for so long. Can we transition? At least on our show, we transition out of the NBA shit early.
Especially if there's nothing to talk
No,
about.
you know what? I think what makes it fresh for me on this panel is that we'll do 30 minutes of the NBA and be like, Derek, what you eat yesterday? And then we get back to the NBA shit. Like, just give me a quick commercial break where we just be friends for a little bit, and then we could get back to hoops. Which is what we're trying to do. Anybody buying or selling anything else?
Yeah, what's y'all
I
biggest-
bought
Hey, I'm buying a KCP jump shot.
Okay.
I think this is time to buy.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. Are you buying the Grizzlies? Because if his jump shot falling, then they going to be nice. Okay.
Because I don't really got no, as of right now, I don't got crazy high expectations.
I'm
for them.
kind of selling. I'm not really high on the Grizzlies. It's kind of hard when you're in the West. Has nothing to do with them. The West is tough. They were already AFC with Desmond Bane.
They just fall a tier below.
Yeah, I
them.
just think they kind of fall.
Are y'all buying OKC double up?
Back to back.
selling. I'm
Yep.
selling.
I would take the field, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also really love the Nuggets. Like
Oh, yeah, we did talk about the
really
Nuggets.
like the Nuggets
Me
all
too.
season.
One of the
I
best
know
off-seasons.
I know Valanciunas is still a question mark. I don't know if he officially has got
They
bought
said-
out.
I saw the video of him getting off that plane. I don't
They-
know if he coming back.
But they said even if he does leave, it opens up a $14 million exception for them.
So
For a trade, or is that can be brought in through free agency?
because there isn't no centers to sign, right? The center pool is kind of dried up already. That shit dried up fast.
Because I'm trying to think who is on that roster. How much is? Nah, you're not trading. Yes, I mean.
No. It just says exception.
Okay.
So it says, imagine this results in them swooping in and signing Al Horford before the Warriors.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice.
Hey,
That would
I
be a
would
nice
like that
backup.
fit for them more if they got Al Horford versus the Warriors.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, it's hard for me to look at a team if your top 4 players are all 35 and older and think that like 16 playoff games is
Yeah.
realistic.
Yeah, for sure.
But obviously, the alternative for them is nothing. So do what you got to do, right? If Al Horford's a guy, Al Horford's a guy.
No, and I also think Al Horford would be a great backup to Jokic. You're not asking Jokic. One is an Iron Man. He is not like when he was backing up Porzingis, sometimes Porzingis' ass was hurt, and Al Horford would be forced to now play starter minutes.
And they could play together.
And they could play together and like.
It'd be ideal, honestly.
Yeah, and
he would have
also
a really good chance to win.
Yeah, and also he has the high IQ type aspect where he can also pass and do all the other things that Jokic, like he's not gonna be Jokic, but like he could do your offense. He can still pass within your offense and like do other things and play make.
Yeah, I wonder what Al Horford's priorities are. Because if it's to like win a championship,
It gotta be
the
winning.
Nuggets are a better fit.
Yeah, the Nuggets
They
are
gotta
definitely
be
a better
winning.
fit.
Has to be.
Yeah, if I'm him, I think the Nuggets is ideal. I get to back up Jokic. Like I think that's beautiful.
And,
Well, if I go to the
and play with him sometime.
Yeah, and if I go to the Warriors,
Crazy.
I gotta. You playing behind Quentin Post? You're gonna be asked to play a lot.
He playing behind.
Behind Quinn Post, he playing in front of Quinn Post.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably. I don't know.
Quinn Post is that man now.
He's nice for what it's worth. Second round pick. You know, that's a good guy.
What you buying into or selling, KB? I feel like I haven't heard you sell anything.
I'll tell you one thing I'm buying before I tell you one thing I'm selling.
Okay.
Year 2 Modest Buzelis, baby.
Oh, okay.
Stat prediction, KB.
Stat
Yeah,
predictions.
stat
I think he
prediction.
can. I think he can average 15, 6, and 2.
15, 6, and 2.
Two assists.
Yeah, and I might be generous. That motherfucker do not be passing.
Yeah.
Don't
I mean,
want him to.
He played with Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey's gonna do all the passes.
Josh Giddey's a system. He does all the passing.
What's the conclusion to Josh Giddey contract? What's y'all predictions, Bull fans?
So he wanted 30.
I think
so
it's 25 annual.
You think that's? You think? I don't know. The Gulf of Mexico seems like the Bulls are offering him 20.
I think people just be talking.
Me too. Like,
I think that was a Joe
fuck?
Crowley quote.
Like-
That motherfucker be talking.
When I seen that, I ain't even really
Yeah, maybe it is 25.
put some
25.
sauce on it. Gulf of Mexico. Like,
And it's
come
not
on,
even
bro.
called that anymore, by the way.
I'm calling
I'm
it.
just
the Gulf of
talking.
Mexico.
I'm just
Don't
talking.
be
I'm
no
just talking. I'm just talking. I'm just talking. I'm just talking.
That was some of the stupidest.
Where your
shit
red
I ever seen.
hat at?
But the worst thing is that he killed red hats, bro.
Yeah, whenever you, I was at Disney
I ain't
World.
never seen a red hat that I didn't think that I had to
Same.
read them words.
Yes, you know, I saw a dude. He was grown as hell. So this hat was so fucking childish. I don't know how a grown ass man was wearing this hat. And it makes you look bad too. It said "Make sex great again."
At Disney?
Yes, and I'm just like, you are crazy.
What does that even mean, though?
It means he's having bad sex.
Hey,
They say the sex is overrated. That means that you just ain't doing it right.
Well, who is you, Ludacris?
That's it.
You just ain't doing it right.
He about to do something you never done before.
And I'm
Maybe not the usual.
I'm just like, there's no way
said,
he's comfortably
"So
wearing this hat.
Yeah, Disney employees should have stepped in.
You know what that is, Christian? You know what that is? Some say the sex is overrated, but they just say doing it right.
Well, Ludacris is a freak,
He said,
bro.
what I got over a lot of
But I
fellas
really-
is that I'm more creative. So soon you'll see just what I mean. Just what I mean. Hey, oh, so girl, get comfortable.
Was he with somebody?
He was with a girl.
And she's like, I just don't got it.
I guess she don't got it.
Bro, I
don't even understand how you could wear that in public, but also with your girl with you.
Do you not have any? That's like shame. Do you not have shame? All these kids around, that's the shirt you wear, or hat? You said hat, right?
Yeah.
Hat you wear.
Make sex great again. I know what he was too, and I'm gonna say it on this show. He was white.
Yes.
Ludacris had me in middle school.
That Hinsdale South ass hat. Is
Wrong.
that not a Hinsdale South ass hat?
I ain't seen nobody wearing it.
Grown as hell too.
Too grown.
What? You don't understand what I'm saying?
No.
Oh. Is that a Hinsdale South ass
Yes.
hat? Hey, okay, cool. Mike told me I ain't see a Hinsdale South. Well, yeah. Trump wasn't in office at Hinsdale South. We old.
What did he get into office a year after we graduate?
Oh.
Yeah, 2016. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when Mr. James was like, all my life, I had hella presidents. Not one have changed my life. I remember him saying this.
This
shit.
motherfucker doing it. He trying to change that streak the way this dude doing at the top right now. Here's a sale. This is something I mentioned earlier.
That man DMills is sitting on a ludicrous, unpredictable verse. I like that song though.
I think I am selling Warriors mostly because of their age.
I would actually buy in the Warriors. I liked the glances of what I saw from them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm more speaking of like
Contender?
I think they're going to be a playoff team. I think they're going to win regular season games. I'm talking about championship, which is what you're trying to do in the Steph Curry era.
Yeah.
I'm selling that. Those two teams that made it to the finals, they played through fucking blood and played through so much physicality. And the Warriors kind of, obviously Steph Curry got injured, so maybe this is not like just, but like when they played against the Houston Rockets, they were brought to the brink with that physicality. You know what I mean? Like they almost lost that series with a team that was playing physical like the two teams that we just saw going to the finals. So you got to do that 4 series. That's just too much for me. So
I
I'll sell that.
literally have them as selling for a contender. Like the roster that they have and with Steph, like they're still gonna be a good team.
Hell
I
yeah.
just can't. I'm not gonna fall into it if they're a really good team over the regular season. I'm not gonna buy into them like, oh, they can still do it with Steph and Jimmy. Like I'm just not on that side of the fence no more with this team.
Now you got Şengün, you got Jokic. We can go on and on
Cheddar Bob.
of centers that you're probably gonna have to. Centers that you're probably gonna, I was thinking more like physical centers.
Yeah.
more than anything.
He-
no disrespect to
he,
Shaq.
he hitting the, what you mean? He in the weight room or something? You
Okay.
didn't see the oxtail plate?
I did see the oxtail plate, which is nuts. But they're going to continue to have to go against. And maybe they do get lucky and they don't have to see any of those physical centers. They get the right side of the bracket. But I feel like those centers is just going to fuck Draymond
Anthony
up.
Davis, if he there.
Even Draymond, not even a super physical center. He said he lost the matchup to Julius Randle. You might see Julius Randle again. And that might be something. So I would sell that. Going to be a good team, though.
I'm gonna still be rooting for them.
Well,
too.
maybe we don't even know what's going on with Kuminga and his potential signing
That's a
trade.
big thing too.
Yeah.
So
That's another
maybe this
thing that we got to
changes.
put
Yeah,
out
the
there.
Kings
The
trying to get
offseason
him.
ain't done.
Hell yeah. So yeah, we probably still got a couple big trades happening somewhere
Yeah,
down the line.
he could be in a signing trade somewhere, and they end up getting some stuff back.
This is the
The way they
craziest.
talking though, I don't know.
This is the craziest restricted free agency. Like only Santi Aldama, right? He's the only
Yeah.
one that got money.
And they probably didn't even have to do that based on the rest of the stuff. Probably could get him cheaper.
Well, they said they were already prepared to lose him, but they didn't. That was one of their highest priorities coming into the offseason was to make sure they brought him back.
Yep, extending Jaren and bringing him back.
So
Another thing I'm selling.
I think there was a little emphasis on them too, because Detroit probably would have had interest in him over like the other options. I don't know if Detroit would like Kuminga or.
Detroit offseason got screwed because of Malik Beasley's
Yeah, bro.
situation.
I don't. That he is crazy.
They might be able to bring him back for that minimum though.
His ass still gonna be in debt. What them numbers
Oh,
look
shit,
like.
You're right.
He gonna be working.
Let's
He
hope
gonna
Malik
be
Beasley
working
get a-
for free.
Let's hope he get an $8 million deal, man.
said working for free. Hey, that should have pissed me off, bro. He said everybody collecting their
just don't-
checks at the lockers. And
Why
all.
you just don't take another loan?
That's crazy.
Hell no, because if you're not gonna have it,
It-
today, if
it
you're not
res-
gonna have it this month, you're probably not
But
gonna
it
have it
reset.
next month.
So if I owe you 5, but it's getting to that time, I get 10 from him. But now he give me a new 90 days,
I go get 20 from him.
and I give you your 5 though. I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Other
saying?
I think they call it
His ass owe his
OPM.
dentist.
Other
He owed
people's
his
money.
dentist.
Other people
money.
money.
Other
I
people's
owe you
money.
5, but you like, bro, it's time to give me my 5 now. I've been waiting for 83 days. And I say, okay. Hit up Darrick. Now he give me a fresh new 90 days, but I got you done.
Mhm.
And if it comes down to me needing to pay him back, I go to KB.
You know what's even crazy?
And if I need to pay him back, I'm back to your ass. And then I just keep.
On a side note, if you need to borrow some money for somebody, ask to borrow $5. Because somebody look wrong if they ask you for that $5 back. It's just $5.
So that's everybody for 5. You clean your debt.
Yeah.
That's some shit that Keanu Reeves was on at Hardball.
Yes, Keanu Reeves was on that. They was coming through his window to get that shit too.
Hey,
he was actually about to get a really good payday, and he would have been able to pay that shit off.
yeah, man.
And then he just got. Well, he also got the gambling shit potentially.
Oh,
too.
that's what
So
I was
that's
more referring to.
that's also really bad too. So
Here's a report from NBA PR. As tested during the 2024-2025 NBA G League season and in effect for the 2025 Summer League, an unsuccessful end-of-period heave will be recorded as a team, not individual missed field goal.
I like that.
So now nobody should hold the fucking ball
Thank
thinking
you.
about their three-point percentage.
Does the distance
Y'all
matter?
should make a team for makes too, because they
Does
lame.
distance matter?
Yes, it does, Derek. I'm glad you asked. The missed field goal attempt was shot from behind the outer edge of the center circle, extended approximately 36 feet from the basket, that's when it's considered a heave. So we're basically talking from, the center circle. If you're behind the center circle, which is like half court, and you heave it, that's not a shot.
Somebody ran back behind that just so they kill for them. They're like, y'all ain't finna mess my shit up.
That's huge. Yeah, I think that's huge. So now we should get more cool ass shots at the end of quarters, man.
Yeah.
Well, I love the fact that guys like Jokic just didn't care. Jokic just
give me the ball.
Yeah, Jokic would just shoot it.
That motherfucker didn't even shoot it sometimes. He just punched the ball when he had 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
Just and maybe it went in.
But
Maybe
if you
didn't.
make it though, you should get credit.
Yeah, no, you do.
Like, you
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
If it goes in, it counts as your 3-point shot.
Okay, yeah.
But if it misses, it's a team shot, which is gonna be fun at the end of the
shot
season.
regardless, since they lame.
Yeah. Any more buying or selling?
No, that was all for me.
Chicago Bulls.
So,
I'm just joking.
I'm selling in Drew Holiday as a Portland Trail Blazer.
Think there's more to be done.
No.
Oh, you're saying that? I'm thinking you're saying he's gonna get traded. You're saying he's
Yeah.
gonna be
Actually, yeah. I would either he's traded or he's done. I don't think he's gonna like playing in Portland. At this point in his time,
Well,
he wants to compete.
he was
man.
pissed before he even landed foot in Portland.
He want to
so.
compete.
What a crazy thing that is.
Lonzo will wear number 2. Ty Jerome, Colin Sexton, Kyrie Irving.
Same cloth. They all deserve it.
Y'all excited to see Lonzo in Cleveland?
Yeah, I actually am.
It's been a long time since Will.
I'm excited to see him play winning basketball.
Since he was the first seed. He was the best point guard out
And even
east.
then, he didn't even get to finish, so he's never really had the. Does he have any playoff minutes?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because the Bulls made the playoffs that year, but he was hurt.
He was hurt.
And he didn't make it with the Pelicans, and the Lakers sucked too.
Yeah.
So it would have been, I don't think so.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Y'all are right. 0 playoff minutes.
Is he one of the oldest players now?
Without playoff
Oh,
experience.
he's 27?
He's 27.
Same age as me. Going a little bit younger than me.
I would assume so.
What you want, a cookie? Him or Zion? Zion, maybe?
Well, his name is Zai. Stop calling him Zion.
Larry Markin is still number 1.
Oh, yeah.
You are crazy, like, because you was we just casually talking basketball. Yeah, I got beyond Zai. Like, what?
That's the nickname you gave him.
Literally, just you. and maybe his baby mama.
If we went to like All Star and you was like Zai, his ass would not look back at all.
You damn near tell security to get your ass out.
Look, is bro talking to?
Zaire Smith gonna turn around.
Hell yeah. Or Zion might be like, shit, only Mariah called me that.
Here are the longest streaks in NBA history with most games played, 0 playoffs. Tom Van Arsdale is number 1.
He could hoop though.
He played almost 30,000 NBA minutes and never touched the postseason.
Which is surprising.
Damn,
He could really score.
Omri Caspi is number 4 on the list. The other 2, y'all not gonna know.
Longtime king, Caspi.
Sebastian Telfair, 10 NBA years. Popeye Jones,
That's fucking crazy.
He played 10 years with no playoff experience.
0 playoffs.
Bro,
Eddie Curry.
That shit was the 10 years versus 30,000 minutes.
Yeah.
That shit is insane.
Because, Van Arsdale played 30,000 minutes. The number 2 guy played 16,000. So,
Yeah,
like,
bro, like
he was in the league by
30,000 minutes
himself.
and not touching the postseason is absolutely crazy.
And he played for like 6 teams, too. And one like he was just thugging it out with one bad team. He jumped around, hoping.
Bad team.
Motherfuckers
bad
are back.
team.
Yeah.
Ryan Gomes is on his list.
Shout out to Ryan.
Uh-oh, Mike.
It's a fan favorite.
Brandon Knight.
Brandon Knight.
Brandon Knight, man. They say if you made that layup, you would have been there.
And then Larry Markin is number 15 on this list right now. Miles Bridges, Colin Sexton, Keldon Johnson, Denny Abdia, Christian Wood, Dennis Smith Jr., KJ Martin, Denver Vassell are like the active players.
Those Spurs
Lonzo
players
Ball is there too.
don't change.
But Lonzo Ball don't got the minutes to match some of these other dudes because of the injuries and stuff. So that's why he's low on the list. Julia Okafor, LaMelo Ball,
Both the balls.
both the balls.
Just get a good old chuckle right there.
Good filter fish.
No more buying and selling. Okay, that's cool.
It's the off season, baby.
It's the off season. I cannot wait. Never mind.
What position y'all making for college football?
All of them. Did you see?
A running back?
Remember when you lost your starting spot?
Well, that's because I switched schools and I didn't know how to do the drill.
Hey, P.
They finessed him.
If you one of them ones,
You didn't even go to Alabama either. You went to like BYU or TCU
if you one of
or
them
something.
ones and you transfer schools, ain't you still supposed to be that man?
That's true.
That motherfucker lost the battle.
That's true.
So a guy that was a low overall to me too.
Oh, that's your ass. That's you.
I didn't
Y'all
know how
see
to do the battle.
How many different
Archetype.
archetypes there are now?
No, I ain't see that.
It's a lot. You know, usually just like 3 or 4. It might have 9 per slot, bro.
Some people got the game early. My boy T-Top already dropped a little video.
Yeah, if you were EA Play member, like not EA Play,
Remember, I got EA
not
Play.
EA Play member. I'm sorry, EA Game Changers member, which is the
Oh,
creators
got
and stuff.
that.
You got the game early. And I was like, damn, if I would have made more EA videos, I would
Shoulda.
have had that shit right
'Cause I
now.
seen Bordeaux with it.
Yep.
T-Top.
Bingo did his shit.
Oh, okay.
I want to see how the
MMG.
stories is too.
Bro, when you make your college decision, you pick a hat.
You do?
It's on the table. It's like a press conference.
I need some different text.
You started in
messages,
high school?
bro.
Yep.
You can make Henzel South.
Yeah.
Legitimately make Henzel South if you wanted to.
Oh shit.
Was it? Wait, real quick too. Was that video himself?
Yes.
That was it. Confirmed it was.
I didn't think it was his South because of the way the cafeteria looked.
That shit looked like
But
it
I
blown
saw
out.
Yeah.
I saw South and I saw the Hornet
Yeah.
and I saw the Under Armour. So I
Yeah.
Googled and I said Henzel South cafeteria. They got green in the cafeteria now.
Yeah,
We
they,
hadn't
they
been there in
redid.
years.
They redid the whole cafeteria.
And then I went and looked at all the sports teams and they sponsored by Under Armour. So
Damn,
that was
okay.
Henzel South.
They say that B team, that one B team got them that sponsor.
The
that
2011 B
got
team.
them that Under Armour sponsor.
Yeah, that was a good team, man. I think that a lot of them dudes probably should have their jersey retired.
Facts. With Coach Lovick up there too.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what I'm
Matter
saying?
of fact,
Peace.
just Coach Lovick jersey. We don't need no recognition. Let it just be Coach Lovick.
Real
Just-
shit.
Yeah.
Like no LOL though.
I
That would
think
be crazy.
he's memorialized. Is that the word I'm looking for? At York.
Okay,
Oh,
that makes
okay.
sense.
They have a
That's where he-
foundation named after him at York. So
Shout out to- man, good shit, York.
that would be
'Cause
crazy
what's
if
his
Henzel
name,
tried to
Doran?
retire our
Yep,
jerseys.
Doran went there.
Yeah.
Huh?
That would be crazy if Henzel reached out and asked to retire
He
our
ain't did
jerseys.
We
shit.
didn't do shit.
We didn't
Hey.
do shit.
You think I'll stop him?
Oh hell no!
No.
Give us that.
I had to tell him as long as y'all have a ceremony during assembly, he is gonna love
Yeah,
us
we
because I'm
have-
getting them out of class.
What
You know
number are
I'm
you
saying?
getting retired if that's the case?
73.
Oh, he's talking about
lineman.
his
He's a
football
lineman. He's a lineman.
jersey.
Football jersey. Football jersey.
Yeah. I forgot.
My
I forgot.
football jersey.
I don't think you got that shit as an NBA player. So many 77s in this rookie class, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Imagine you get to high school, they say you can't wear your number because that shit retired.
That's
If I would say I could have
That's
wear
why I
24.
said I would retire 23.
My-
A lot of people want to wear it. That was my best year when I wore 23.
My comments was on my ass the other day because I did a video about with the Bucks, like on 2K, and they had Miles Turner winning number 43. I'm like, why he can't win 33, man? What is it, retired or
Kareem.
something? It was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's like Kenny ass is crazy. Like I just fucking forgot about Kareem. In real
Why does
time.
2K do that though? Like if Miles Turner can't wear 33, he ain't wearing fucking 43.
Yeah. They be,
I'm
bro,
curious
they be
what number
having
he go
some
to.
crazy
Some
numbers.
crazy numbers. Motherfucker wearing number 39. Like, bro. How he go from
They be
wearing
having
number...
Bron when you put him on the Bulls because I've done it a lot. He wore number 36.
They just,
like,
this garbage.
Because he can't wear 23 and he can't wear 6.
Mhm.
Why he can't wear 6?
'Cause
Why he
Bill
can't wear
Russell.
6?
Because it's retired.
Bye.
Bill Russell.
Well, I was retired before that for the Bulls, but yeah.
Oh.
Is
Hey,
that,
who's the coach of the Washington Wizards?
Number 6 was what? John Ricker?
No, I don't know.
I actually don't know.
Brian Keefe?
I was thinking about coaches, and I was asking myself, of all of the coaches in basketball, who do I think that y'all wouldn't know the most? And that was the guy.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't know who that was.
I got one.
Uh-huh.
Who coaches the fucking Hornets?
Oh, damn. I thought you would know him because he's still new. Brian Keefe is like an interim coach that turned into a head coach.
I forgot.
Oh, shit. Maybe we need to do all 30 teams. Fuck.
I forgot.
Really? Okay.
Who
hold on.
coaches
No.
who coaches the Nets?
It's I be forgetting their names.
Who coaches the Raptors?
Oh, that's
The one guy that came, the dude that stole from the Knicks. He tried to say their little playbook.
I don't know his name.
I forget his name though.
Dr-
But it's like
I don't even know.
something of it.
That one I'm gonna give him a pass
Okay.
because it's dark. It's a foreign name.
But he can't.
What you say?
He ain't pronounce it right.
No,
but
I said the something Ivich. Like
It
I
is.
know
It
Darko
do-
Rajakovic.
It do
There you go.
Inovich. Yeah.
Shit. Okay, let's just play the game then.
Yeah.
Atlanta Hawks. Who's their coach?
That's No, I know who this is.
You don't.
It's the Utah Jazz former coach.
Okay.
That's,
He got a name.
Quinn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quinn what?
Snyder.
Quinn Snyder.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
God.
Dude, I always be looking stressed as hell.
You thought that was his last name.
No.
Boston Celtics.
This is
I ain't giving no fucking hands.
No, I know who.
What is happening right now?
I'm.
Are y'all
this
collectively
brain
having a
fog.
stroke?
Yeah, it's brain fog. I know who it is. Like,
I'd like him to answer this, KB.
You know?
Yeah.
Can I get a one initial?
Hey, hell no. Hell no.
I know who does it.
Who what? You know who what?
I know who it is. I'm just
Can I
tweaking
get
right
an
now.
initial?
Chicago Bulls.
No, fuck that. Fuck that.
Uh,
Get paid.
that's
This is
Billy
y'all
Donovan.
job. I know the audience love that. This is y'all fucking job. I can't get an initial?
I've literally said his name.
I can't get an initial?
Of course you said his name.
'Cause
But you can't go to Steve Harvey and be like, I do know. And he'd be like, it's on the board.
Right.
You got to say the answer.
I can't get an initial?
I forgot PJ Brown played for this team.
Mike, I can't get an initial. And you bogus because you had us believe that you knew it. Talking about, I'm going to let him answer it.
I try to be slick.
Guys,
Money Frank.
how about Jay?
wait for the Boston Celtics.
Yes.
no,
Yes,
Oh
bro.
yeah, Joe Mazzulla.
Okay.
I'm sorry, no, because
That ring a bell, Mike?
Yeah. I had his face on my mind. I couldn't think of the name. I remember seeing his ass at All-Star. He was literally right in front of me.
Chicago Bulls.
That's Billy Donovan.
Cleveland Cavaliers. We finna end this fucking show, bro. Like end the, not this episode, but the fucking show
No,
completely.
that's-
We about to do a fucking 2-man show for the rest of the 2024 season.
He literally just won Coach of the Year.
Yeah, motherfucker.
I was going to say we could get some guys for player choice, but I want KD to come on. I'm just fucking with y'all player choice.
Oh no, that's Mike. Why am I blanking?
I don't
This
know,
is
I feel the
embarrassing,
same way.
man. This is fucking embarrassing.
It's off season.
Hey,
man.
he shares a name with me. Oh my fucking God.
Kenny. Oh, Kenny
Atkinson.
Atkinson.
Dallas Mavericks.
Motherfucker say, Kitty.
Jason Kidd.
Okay. Denver Nuggets.
What is his name again?
Then
It's not.
new dude.
Okay. He still is a coach.
I actually don't know his name.
So right now, y'all have got like 4 NBA coaches' name where y'all just don't know.
Adelman.
Oh, David Adelman.
There you go.
Detroit Pistons.
JB.
Okay. Golden State Warriors.
Steve Kerr.
Houston Rockets.
Ime.
Indiana Pacers.
Rick.
What?
C.
Rick Carlisle.
Okay.
Clippers.
Ty Lue.
Lakers.
JJ.
Memphis Grizzlies.
This is a new dude too.
Not Taylor Jenkins.
I know it's not Taylor Jenkins.
He
I
does
don't-
have a tough list.
But you still should mispronounce it at the very minimum, you know?
I don't know his name at all.
Tomas Cicelo.
That'll count. Miami Heat.
Eric Spo.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Doc.
Minnesota Timberwolves.
That is fuck. No. I was just on a roll.
Because you named
Chris
fucking
Finch.
Steve
Chris
Kerr.
Finch. Chris Finch.
Naming
He should
Steve
be-
No,
Kerr
no.
is on a roll?
Pelicans.
That's Willie Green.
There you go. Now
Knicks.
you on a roll.
It's now Mark Jackson. No. Not Mike Brown. I don't know
Yeah.
why I said Mark Jackson.
Yep.
OKC Thunder.
Mike, come on.
Mark
Can you do
Dayton.
something?
Orlando Magic. Mike.
Mike.
This is damn.
Hey, bro. You about to make me cry in this bitch.
I almost pissed at myself.
Do you know this one, Derek?
Oh, the laughing
Holy
stopped.
shit.
That laughing stopped real fast.
So y'all telling me y'all don't know 1/3 of NBA coaches?
No, I do know them.
The
I'm
names
just
are
kind of
slipping
tweaking
the
right now.
minds.
The name is a
So
slip.
every name is slipping to mind. I understand
Some
of
of them,
one
yeah.
or two names. Like, oh yeah, Isalo. Yeah, okay.
I didn't
okay.
even remember. I know Joe Mazzulla's name. It just slipped my mind at the moment.
It's a bad look, man.
Names can slip my mind pretty easily.
Okay. Who was never mind.
No, who was the Magic coach? Tell me something about him then.
He dark skinned.
He is bald head.
Okay.
Are you dark skinned?
No.
He's your complexion, I thought.
He is.
Is he?
Yeah.
All right, Jamal Mosley.
I know him, motherfucker. I know him.
76ers.
Nick Nurse.
Phoenix Suns.
Why you had to say it in that voice?
Because that's how you say hey to him.
You said the 70s. The
Phoenix
Suns?
Suns.
I actually don't remember their new coach.
This is Budenholzer?
No, he
Used
got
to
fired.
be, but he got his ass
Hey,
canned.
man.
Oh, this is
Hey, man.
is this Frank?
Nope.
No, he got fired too. I don't. They have a new coach. He just signed from the Cavs.
There you go. Good work.
I just don't know who
That's
he
enough.
is.
We'll
I
count
don't know
that.
who he is.
Jordan Ott is his name. Portland Trailblazers.
I mean, I don't know why I'll call him
Charleston White.
The CH.
Chauncey Billups,
Sacramento
man.
Kings.
That new dude.
Bro, this is not good, fellas.
It's not. Y'all treat this offseason like it's a time to relax to go to Orlando. It's not.
Mike going to Vegas.
Nah.
Better
I
catch a
don't,
game or two.
I don't think so no more.
This shit already paid for, so.
He wasn't going to catch no fucking game.
Hey, I wanted somebody to say you going to Summer League. I said, nah, I'm going to Vegas.
How about we get the name of the Sacramento Kings coach?
I ain't helping y'all with this.
Give us a hint.
Oh, ain't no. No.
He's a coach for the Sacramento Kings.
No. The other ones, y'all should have got a hint. This one, I just don't think so. If you really know basketball, if you get paid to do this, if this is what pays your bills.
Is this one of the ones where it's slipping my mind, or do y'all just genuinely not
I
know?
honestly don't know this.
It's slipping my mind.
He used to play for the Kings.
Oh, Doug Christie.
Spurs.
And if you
Mitch
say
Johnson.
thank you, because if you say Greg Popovich, foot up ass.
Utah Jazz. Oh, we did this one already, I think. Right?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Oh, I thought we did.
No, we didn't.
Then what is the answer
Um,
if we already did it?
It's Will Hardy.
There you go.
And we already did Brian Keefe. So I'm going to count up. Y'all didn't know Brian Keefe. Do we count Darko Rajakovic? Yeah, because he said something itch. Okay.
Didn't know the Nets.
Doug Christie, you needed a hint for that one, so we count that as a miss. Jordan Ott will give you because you knew where he was from at least. Jamal Mosley,
You didn't know.
didn't know. Got
Kenny
Willie
Atkinson
Green,
didn't know.
didn't know Kenny Atkinson, didn't know Thomas Isalo.
Didn't know Joe Mazzulla. I'm counting that. I don't give a fuck if you're talking about you visualize his face.
David Adelman, Charles Lee, Jordy Fernandez. So was that how many?
9 or 10.
So like a third of the league.
In all honesty, though, we know the people. I think it just slipped our minds. Like, if you show me a picture of Kenny Atkinson, I'm gonna know I'm gonna know who that is.
But
Same thing with Joe
y'all
Mazzulla.
was saying that for the names y'all didn't know. Y'all was saying y'all visualize his face. So why do I have to show you a picture if you already can tell how he look? I don't doubt that you don't know to the degree of
everybody up here knows who the Joe Mazzulla is. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
exactly. It's just that you don't know enough to know who Joe Mazzulla is at the same time.
No, I knew
think
who
the
he
name
was.
that-
I was pretty,
like, I don't know. It just really slipped my mind, honestly. It's really one of them things that's just you thinking about it on the spot. It just slipped
yeah,
your
like when
mind.
they got Anthony Simons, like he's not a Missoula guy. Like I came on and said that.
Yeah, all Twitter said that too when he first got traded.
Well, I thought I said that initially myself. I didn't see that on Twitter personally.
When they got Ant?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be bogus. Names can slip minds, but KB made a good point. Once it gets to 9 to 10 motherfucking names, it's like, damn. 9 motherfuckers gonna slip your name? We ain't talking about assistant coaches. I ain't say who the strength and conditioner. You know what I mean?
You don't do that game?
The what game?
The strength and conditioning coach.
But I do think you know who Joe Mazzulla is. I'm not saying you don't know who Joe Mazzulla is. But you're not finna sit up here and tell me you know all of those coaches when you don't. You don't know who Dave Adelman is.
Anybody I didn't know, I will tell you, I do not know.
Kenny Atkinson just won Coach of the Year. Y'all got to know Kenny Atkinson.
Well, I know Kenny Atkinson. I just fucked up.
I think
Hey,
my problem
y'all
is-
do not know Kenny Atkinson. He had to tell y'all, same name as me.
I literally said he just won Coach of the Year. I just, like, his name just didn't pop in my head right away. So I knew exactly who it was and what he just accomplished. His name was just a little gone.
Okay. Jamal Mosley, you know?
Yeah, I knew Jamal.
So you know all 30 coaches.
No, I just said I didn't.
So you only don't know who.
I didn't know the Suns.
I don't know. I'll say I don't know.
That's the one we gave you. You the one that gave all the details to the Suns. You
I
said
didn't know- I don't
he
know
came
his
from
name.
the Cavs. You
I
know
didn't- I don't-
everything about him.
I
That's
don't
just
know-
like when we talk about movies and it's like, oh, I seen that movie. Oh, tell me something that happened. Oh, I can't tell you one thing. We be like, man, you don't know the movie then. You have to go watch the movie to say you watched it. But when we do that, even if you don't remember the whole movie, when you're able to say, man, I know fucking Boys in the Hood, Ricky got shot in the back trying to run and do all this shit, then it's like, okay, you know the movie. You knew that he came from Cleveland. He was new. That to me, I took that as you knowing. That was one of the teams I gave you that you knew. That's like my mind blank. If I can describe him and all of the other shit, it's like, you know, man, what the fuck is his name, man? You know the 6'5" guard. Go both
I knew he was
hands,
bald-headed.
shoot left hand, spin
I
move.
said he was bald-headed. He was my complexion. Just couldn't remember his name.
I don't know. The Raptors one was iffy. Like I just know we were like.
My question
they
would
got
be
him
is
from
when
somewhere
will
else.
you know? Because you know the funniest shit ever is like Trey Alexander signed with somebody, and I got a bunch of tweets. It's like, this the one DMills and Mike could never figure out who he played for.
He signed
special.
somewhere? Shout out to Travis.
Yeah.
He signed a two-way somewhere.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Like
I remember seeing that.
Boston or something.
Okay.
He came from the Nuggets.
He did.
Whenever they back popping, whenever I'm back tuned in.
Oh, let's do. Whenever he back tuned in, he only be tuned in to basketball here and there. Let's do another who he played for real quick, KB.
Okay.
Keep this train going. Because motherfuckers gonna sit up here and act like I'm crazy for thinking they don't know something.
Here we go.
I don't know the elements on the periodic table. Now, if you show and give me the answer, I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know for sure.
Riley Minix.
Don't know who the hell
Oh,
that
you
is.
go. You swinging.
I just this is the
Okay.
first one that came up.
Okay, I'm finna say you making it tough out the gate.
No.
Plays for Spurs. Xavier Tillman.
The
Celtics.
Devin Vassell. I'm just naming what they give me.
Spurs.
George Niang.
Oh, he's a Celtic now.
Good
There
job.
you go, D Millie.
Bogey Bogdanovich.
Plays
retired.
for-
No.
No,
Oh,
Bogey.
the other one. Oh,
He plays
he's
for-
a Clipper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the Clippers face here? Hawk Porty.
And the Knicks.
Yes.
Herb Jones.
The Pelicans.
Oscar Sheboy.
The Raptors.
Mm-mm.
No.
Utah Jazz.
DeJounte Murray.
Pelicans.
Alfred Payton.
No, I don't even think he's signed.
He's
him.
Pelicans. He was
Pelicans,
with the Pelicans.
yeah.
I don't know if he's signed still.
That was normal mode.
Is he still under contract with them?
I don't believe.
I don't think so. Kobe Jones.
Clippers.
Good one, Mike.
No. He got
Wizards.
traded and waived. He got
Trey
traded to the
Alexander.
Thunder.
He came up again.
Oh,
It's
does
gonna
it say he's with the Nuggets?
it's gonna
too?
count with the Nuggets. Yeah.
I don't remember where he signed his two-way yet.
Jameer Young.
This one always is the one y'all don't get either.
You said Jameer Young.
Mm-hmm.
The Magic.
Brooklyn.
The Bulls. Tyler Smith.
The Bucks.
Yep.
Looking for a big step for him this year, Mike.
Zion Portland.
You said Zion Portland?
Pullen.
Pullen. Oh, doesn't he play for the Raptors?
No.
Oh,
feel
it's
like-
the Pelican?
I feel like he was just asked.
Plays for the Grizzlies. Y'all remember when they kept showing him thinking it was Jalen Wales on the sideline during the playoffs?
Oh,
That shit was embarrassing. I don't remember if that was ESPN or TNT, but that shit was embarrassing as hell. Because, like, what the fuck are they doing? All right, that was all of the names.
That's like a who he played for.
Rudy bogus, hey.
The more normal mode ones are so easy. Joe Ingles, come on, fellas. Josh Hart, yeah, let me get out of here. Let us get out of here too. We appreciate y'all watching or listening to this episode of Numbers on the Board. We will be back on Tuesday. Next Saturday's episode is still up in the air, so we'll let y'all know on Tuesday if that's going to happen. Some of the boys may be heading over to Vegas for Summer League.
I won't be here Tuesday.
Huh?
I won't be here Tuesday.
So Darrick won't be here Tuesday, but the rest of us should be
Yes.
if everything goes as planned. And we love y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.